Okay.
Okay, awesome. You said go like 3 times, then kept clicking buttons.
Yeah, there was a go live, and then there was a confirm go live, and then there was a start recording. Anyway, we are on.
Hi everybody, welcome to the Glasgow 2024 Twitch stream. We are delighted to have you today. I'm looking at the wrong fucking camera as per usual. We're delighted to have you today as part of our Let's Roll Hell and Highwater D&D campaign. We are on session 7 of this campaign. Our previous sessions are getting uploaded onto YouTube once per week at the moment, so they're split up into little bits, so you can find all of those on the Glasgow 2024 YouTube, along with all of our other amazing content from the Presents team, from the Indie Author Reading Library, and the...
A lot of interviews.
The Crowning of the Con video went up not too long ago, and all of our 1 year out content with like an interview with our chair, Esther, which is amazing. So if you want to tune in for a lot of really awesome content, we have a lot of stuff on our YouTube channel that you should definitely check out. But we are Glasgow 2024. We are the 82nd World Con that's happening in Glasgow in 2024 from August 8th to the 12th. And we would be beyond excited if you could come down and join us here in Glasgow, specifically at the SEC. Which is down by the River Clyde, with very accessible train routes, if they stay. But yeah, we'd be really excited to have you. So if you want to check out a membership, you can head over to our website and check out the memberships there. We've also got several QR codes on the screen. Remind me, do the QR codes do fan fund or membership?
Fan fund.
Fan fund. So the QR codes on the screen that you can see before you are for our fan fund, so you can donate a little bit of money towards our fan fund that can help people that couldn't afford to go to conventions get to conventions, like Glasgow 2024, but it's not limited to Glasgow 2024. But most of all, we want you to consider coming to Glasgow 2024 next year. Like, is it 11 months out now? Something like that. It's really
Very
soon.
Yes.
I got a week list. It was like 42 weeks out or something the other day, and I was like, that's not, no. That's too few weeks. It's weirdly
That
close.
sounds less than that sounds
there's only
closer
50
to 10 months.
It's about 10 months.
Yeah, because it's because August. That's 10 months. 10 months.
10 months.
If
Okay.
you don't like QR codes, there's a link in the chat, and there's also a link in the chat to join the membership.
Yes, memberships. Yes, please. Our next rate rise is going to be in January time, I believe. So you'll want to get your memberships before then, because that's when the prices go up. And do remember that we do an instalment plan. So if you don't want to put all the money down for membership down at once, you can pay it off in increments, so that it is less of a financial burden for yourself right before Christmas. But with that, we will jump into our session here. So I am Alex. I'm going to be the DM for this wonderful campaign, as I have been for all the last sessions. We're not doing musical DMs. Maybe for another session. So I run all the NPCs. Do you want to go first, Isla?
Sure. I'm Isla. I'm playing Kai, level 8, 4 levels of Bard, 4 levels of Warlock. I was about to say Rogue.
You do have some roguish tendencies.
A half elf.
Cool. Hi, I'm Will. I'm playing Adolin, who is an Aasimar Ranger, a slightly homebrewed version of the Ranger class with a cool homebrew subclass.
I'm playing Polly. Her, also a Druid and also an Aasimar, although that's not come up yet, but it's kind of apparent.
You're a what?
It's kind of apparent, let's be honest. Will and I accidentally came up with the exact same origin story, so.
Completely independently of each other.
Wild. DM tells us one day you two have got to start talking to each other about character creation.
I'm very, very panicked, Alex. So yes, the cat's out of the bag. The bee's out of the bag of bee holding.
Hey!
Yes, Polly, Aasimar, Druid.
What's on your earrings?
Little skeletons and flowers.
Oh.
Very nice.
Very seasonal.
We're dressed all spooky because this is our Halloween
This is
stream.
as close to Halloween as we're getting here, yeah.
It's a skeleton with flowers on it. It's nice.
Awesome.
I didn't lie, I swear.
So this is session 7, and we will do a quick recap at the beginning of the session. I believe Will is designated recapper.
Because he does such a good job.
Do you want to give me a quick 2-minute recap, please, Will?
I have a timer.
You have a timer?
I have a timer.
Smashing.
Ready?
Let's go. When last we left our heroes, We were still on the run from the law in the city of Dusthelm on the Sapphire Coast. The Iron Order chasing us for the murder of an informant from the Bloody Kraken pirate gang. Our session began with the heroes recuperating in their room at an inn to lick their wounds and come up with a plan to get out of the city and get their allies out as well. But not without tracking down the would-be assassin. Successful assassin. The guy was successful.
He was definitely
The
dead.
informant got killed.
Would be assassin.
He has hopes and dreams.
We recuperated and pursued the assassin down into the sewers, tracking them towards the docks and into a large cistern where the pirates had made their lair, coming across a sentry at the mouth of a tunnel who was swiftly but awkwardly dealt with.
He threw himself off the top of that waterfall.
There was a very strong
I don't
current.
think he got a choice.
He was such an efficient assassin. He was a very inefficient person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see much coming. We swiftly dropped into combat. The lair was full of pirates, including one or two surprises, including a crocodile person who summoned additional crocodiles out of the water of the cistern to fight us.
What a right.
Our nemesis, Tezin the cultist,
That motherfucker.
who once again got away despite our best efforts.
That cowardly.
We'll get him next
motherfucker.
time. We'll get him next time. And we recovered Lyra of the Light Ravens, a colleague of Ersho's who was being held prisoner in this lair.
Yes.
After disposing of all the villains, we searched the surrounding crates and boxes, came up with a small fortune in cash, which was great, a smattering of magic items, some scrolls, some potions, 3 very nice relics of the gods as well. A crown of Oril, a ring of Saloon, and an armband of Ilmater. Am I out of
That's
time?
the end of. That's your 2 minutes.
We
That's
sassed
the end
him.
of
We
the.
sassed him.
And we escaped on a riverboat through the sewers and upriver, heading to Greyfort, where we were hoping to find Falia or the other element for the Light Ravens.
Woo!
That's how fast you need to talk for the whole thing.
Yeah.
Also, Lyra, the Light Raven, shall heretofore be known as Good Lyra.
Because there's another Lyra who's the bad Lyra.
There is a bad liar.
Do you remember who that is?
Captain, the commander of the fort, Greyfort.
We
Where
also
we're
have
going.
dead
Captain
Frida
Lyra
and
Yorman.
alive
Yes,
Frida.
Mm.
Thank you.
Lots of
Yeah.
Lyras and Fridas.
Mm.
There's only 2 of each.
No, there was only one for you.
So
because we
far.
renamed her as Gwen.
I thought we did, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Something
true, I
like that.
forgot.
Okay, yeah, so you have got 5 days up.
You're like
the-
a little halo of light.
Always.
Caught in the sunlight.
Damn.
Yeah.
So you have the 5-day trip up the River Sanguine towards Greyfort and Pearlmire. I believe there was a cunning plan concocted.
Plan. Yes.
So
A
cunning.
better
Mhm.
cunning plan
a better cunning plan
Yes.
A cunning plan that.
than what?
than the one that we came up with at the end
At
of
the
the
end of
last
last
session.
session. Yeah,
we
Our
really
new plan is
improved the plan.
better
Yeah.
by a
Mhm.
lot.
Yeah.
It plays more to our strengths.
Mainly because
The
we suddenly
last one did
realised
not.
what was
No.
on Kai's spell list. That really helped.
Mm.
I didn't realise you
Yeah.
had like.
we were
half
like,
the
let's make the person with the negative charisma modifier
Do the talking.
do the
I
talking.
still
Yeah.
think that would be really
It'd
funny.
be really funny. I don't
Yeah.
know if it would work, is the thing.
Hmm.
I still think it'd be great.
It was
That
great
went.
thematically and for RP reasons. Probably wouldn't have worked.
Okay.
Mm.
Do you want to talk me through that plan
Let's
then?
go over the better plan.
Right.
Yeah.
So as it stands, we have got that Kai is going to transform using disguise self and
Mhm.
become a kind of mundane looking bloody kraken, just like
Yeah.
a person who looks like a bloody kraken, but not somebody that we've seen before.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to stay on the boat
Mhm.
along with Lyra, who is going to attune to good Lyra, who is going to attune to one of the items that we found that meant that she can cast invisibility on herself. So she's going to
Mhm.
stay invisible and keep an eye out on Kai whilst Kai does all the sweet talking. Meanwhile, Ersho and Clifford are going to have feign death cast on them, so that, well, mainly so Clifford can just be not
Quiet.
blowing our cover, and Ersho, because Ersho is somebody who definitely like is a light raven that would be recognizable. So Kai can take credit for the kill, maybe get some good some in with everybody by saying that.
Very cool.
Yeah, I'm going to cast, Polly's going to cast Eagle Splendor on you, so you have a little bit more charisma on your side.
So many
And
spell slots.
pardon?
You have so many spell slots.
It's true, I do.
Yeah.
I'm only using 3 of them, I think, so far. 2
Yeah.
Feign Deaths and 1. Yep,
Uh-huh.
yep, that's fine.
Full caster.
I'm just not a warlock. That's really the big difference. Yeah, so I'm going to cast Eagle Splendor on you, and then going to polymorph, and then tuck myself away in Adolin's pocket. Who is going to?
So I'm going to be invisible, courtesy of Kai.
Right.
I'm going to be casting Pass Without Trace on myself,
Incredible.
so that I can sneak into the fort while Kai is blagging their way past the checkpoint. Adolin's going to go look for any trace of Falior in the fort, because Ersho wanted to try and get to Grey Fort in order to find Falior and potentially dig through some records to see what ships have been travelling up and down river, how deep this conspiracy goes, what's getting transported. So I'm going to have a sneak off and go and do that. If we find Falior, this is where Polly's going to come in and switch
gonna-
concentration from enhanceability to...
Yes, I'm going to unwild shape polymorph Falior, and then he can go in Adolin's other pocket, and then I'll go back into wild shaping. Yeah, it's fine, easy.
This is hilarious.
I think it's flawless.
yeah.
I see no issue.
It's amazing. Like, you have like 3 weeks to come up with it, so it's nice that you had that kind of
We
space.
had mostly all of the plan at the start of end of last session. This is a very
It's a
small
variation on the
Yeah,
original.
Yeah.
we optimised it.
We were
Yeah.
geniuses right from the get-go. Let it be known. Yeah. And then
Okay.
hopefully by the time that Adolin has found Falior and can boot scoot back to the ship, you'll have talked us past the guards, and we can just be on our way.
Yes.
Yeah. Onwards to... I mean, we can hang around in Grey Fort for a little bit. There's a nice little town
I don't
around the
think
fort.
we should.
No, I don't think we should either.
But we could meet Clive, the school teacher.
There was a very thorough handout detailing all the townsfolk, their jobs and personality traits.
I want to meet Clive.
There's a school. There's a school teacher named Clive,
Let's-
and I love him.
let's-
He is
No, nothing.
nervous.
He's nervous.
That's his
He's
personality.
adorable.
See, it's like you already know him. We don't need to go say hi.
No.
We can go to Pearlmire.
So you said 2 folks had been to Grey Fort before? I'm assuming these 2.
It's us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Adolin will have most definitely have passed through Grey Fort. It is possible Polly has passed through, but like
I've
Grey
been
Fort's
around.
fairly close to where your family farm is,
Yeah.
so it's highly likely you've passed through Grey
Yeah.
Fort before. Your parents most certainly would have passed through Grey Fort quite a few times, because that's the major trade route. That's the high road, as it's called, between Dusthelm and Pearlmire.
yeah.
That's the road. That passes through Grey Fort, and you would all know that. Well, they would know. Good luck if you know. You don't really
I
do
can-
inland.
We can tell you.
Yes, I can have a conversation.
We have days to get through this, yeah.
Taxes and stuff like that, tithes and things like that, are not taken at Grey Fort. They don't do that kind of thing there.
That
It's-
was mentioned last session, yeah.
Yes, it is more
So
of a
you do that.
checkpoint. They're looking for
Checkpoint,
illegal
not-
goods, smuggling, that kind of thing.
Which
Then-
is great. That means that hopefully all of our oodles of gold will not be touched. Though probably we should put it away somewhere.
Yes.
How are we
Put
going
a
to...
large tarp over it.
Yes.
Nothing to see here, officers.
I cast Feign Death on the booty.
As the money just sort of shifts about at the bottom of you. Have you not put all that money into something?
Well, it was in a chest,
Yeah.
and I assumed it stayed in the chest.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
only
You
bag
blew
of
that
holding.
chest open, I
Oh,
believe.
well, in that case, we were in their base. There was probably a crate
Yeah.
There were
or
many
something.
crates.
How many
Yeah.
crates?
I
We
I
were-
mean, we're not just
Still
carrying handfuls of loose gold
Yeah.
onto this
It kind of
ship.
sounded like it. Like Ursula is just like Feign Death on top of a pile of platinum.
He is a dragonborn. There's worse ways to sleep.
Yes, but you now know he is a dragonborn.
Wait, what?
Not this again. Okay.
He's a what?
So you are approaching Grey Fort.
It's true.
What preparations are we doing?
Well, first I need to actually prep the correct spells, so I'm going to do that.
I would love to open my character sheet.
You're
Come
so
on!
organized. Absolutely impeccable.
We're so ready for this. So ready.
I had it open on my iBooks like earlier, prepared. I opened my iBooks and it's like, do you want to buy Richard Osman's new novel? No.
I'm sure it's a great novel, but not right now.
Not the time.
Not done.
That's that number. I like that number. Okay.
When we're probably maybe when we're like 10 minutes out, start getting ready.
At some point, probably the day before. If you've been through, have you been through the boat checkpoint?
Probably not. No.
Very unlikely you've been through the
Have
boat
you
checkpoint.
seen it? I would
Yeah.
like to know what to expect.
So if you bring up the map on your phone, you'll see that the road checkpoint and the river checkpoint are right next to each other.
Yes. And they both kind of pass through courtyards of the fort.
Yes. So, Adolin, can you roll me a history check?
I can certainly try.
I don't think Polly would be applicable for
How
rolling this.
dare you? I
This
could
map?
correct.
No. The Grey Fort map, please.
Oh.
This map? It's a loading.
It's
screen.
loading.
There we go. This map?
No, the PDF.
That map, the numbered map.
Oh, that map.
It's further back in group chat.
So many maps.
History check plus
It
0.
was a new one.
17.
17's pretty good. Okay, so what you would know, Adolin, is that both the road and the river check isolate incoming vehicles as they come in.
Yeah.
So for the most part, individuals walking through, so you as an individual would have just been pushed through if you were walking up the road. That one, yes, thank
Cool.
you.
Okay, now I'm listening.
Great!
Well, I was looking for a file.
Yeah, so if you,
Yeah.
I imagine Adolin would have walked from Pearlmire to Dusthelm to take in the sights and take in the adventure along the way.
It's very cute.
Was he like 12?
Yes, he's a baby.
He was like 20.
He's on the younger side.
It's the Baba. So yeah, when you would have passed through Grey Fort, you would have just been like hurried through. They would have seen that you had no goods on you basically and would have not given a shit. They would have just pushed you through. Particularly while you were wearing Knights of Ash emblems, you would have just been hurried through. But what you would have seen as you passed through is that the road gates have like a series of barriers that they put up in between each of the carts coming through if there's a problem. So that they don't usually put these up. It's only there's usually a queue of people coming north. It goes east to west, so east to west. And one gets drawn into the courtyard. They go over the papers. They go over the goods. Get hustled on, bring somebody going the other way in, kind of thing. So there's enough space for everything. The river checkpoint is very similar. You've got to see as you pass through, because that middle bit of stone that you can see there is more of an archway. It's not really blocked off. There is like gating in between, but you can see through it, so you can see to the river checkpoint. And you would have seen what they have is these like series of large chain nets that they drag up in between each boat to stop it from going forwards or backwards.
Gotcha.
To isolate the boat while they go through checks.
Cool. And it's what's the kind of rota between Iron Order and Knights of Ash?
It's usually quite an even split. Because of the slight tensions between the two orders, they don't like to have it weighted in favour of anybody. Obviously the commander has to be from one or the other, but that changes with fairly regularity over the years. So it's currently an Iron Order commander, but
and she's on the list.
But yeah, so the split of guards that you will see milling about will be a mix of Iron Order and Knights of Ash, and it's usually 50-50.
Yeah.
It just depends on rotas, really.
Cool. I'd be like briefing Kyle on this as we go, just like on the days leading up to like getting there. Right, this is what we saw. This is what happens. This is how the checks work.
Cool.
I have two questions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, no, this isn't a question. I realised that the reason that I can cast so many, I was pretty sure Feign Death was ritual. It is ritual, so that's why I can get away with so many castings.
How long does Feign Death last?
I think an hour. I might be wrong. Let me check.
Yeah. Disguise self is an hour and invisibility is an hour.
Okay. Because you'll then be 10 minutes into the first Feign Death.
Yeah, that's fine. It'll be 15 minutes to creep around. I think that's acceptable.
Yeah, would I have a rough sense of like how long it often takes vehicles and boats to get through the checkpoints?
That was my next follow-up.
Depends. Highly depends. I don't think you'll have a lot of experience with this because.
How about me?
Do you think Polly would have ever gone
Honey
on
smuggling.
trade?
If my parents have gone through, like, presumably if they're kind of coming home from, say, like, they've gone to Dust Helm and they're coming back and they're like, we're going to be back in, I don't know, 8 hours, and I'm like, but it's 7 hours walk. Then
Or they
there's
come
1
back
hour
and they're
at the-
like, God, the checkpoint was so slow
Customs
today.
is absolutely
Took 2 hours to get through. It's
Absolute
normally only
fucking
20
nightmare.
minutes.
Yeah, something like that.
Do you think Polly interacted with them much on the business side of things, or was she
It's like,
not
did
really
you interact with your
interested?
parents?
I know that she definitely interacted with the business side of things when it came to Pearlmire, so therefore probably had interest in it as a whole.
Okay, roll me a history check, please.
Sweetenly.
Mm-hmm.
History.
Please.
13.
13. Okay. So I think Polly might be more knowledgeable then on the sort of logistical side of things than Adolin would necessarily be. Like, obviously Adolin's got a lot of insight of the Knights of Ash and stuff like that, but Polly's perhaps a lot more insightful in terms of the paperwork required to get through these checkpoints and stuff like that, because you do need quite stringently written up paperwork to get through these checkpoints.
Funny. So I'm just like, I got my little spectacles on, and I'm just like, okay, so you need your.
So we need a
42
writ of passage.
You need your WD-40.
That was just the first acronym that came to your mind,
Well,
wasn't
I
it? It was
was
letters
going
and
to
numbers.
say 42 and then a letter, but then I was like, WD-40 would be hilarious.
Yeah.
And I was right.
Yes.
It gets you through, you know. It makes
Yes.
you slide through the checkpoint.
Makes
Yeah.
me move the
Yeah.
shit that don't, yeah.
Really greases the wheels.
Yeah, so you'd be aware of like that paperwork side of things, I think, in terms of you need a writ of passage to get through Greyfall, and you need a writ of passage to get into either Dusthelm or Pearlmire when you go through the main gates.
Okay.
These don't necessarily cost anything, it's more that they have to be done in advance and set up and things like that.
And we don't
That
have
includes details in terms of who the captain is, what the cargo is, traceability and things like that, because when you get stopped at these places, they then search your boat slash
Yes. So the fact that we're with the Bloody Krakens and we think that some of them are a bit dirty actually might work in our favour, but we should also probably in the 5 days we have in advance just raid the ship and see if it
Yeah.
already existed.
Some paperwork.
Like
That would
they
be
Yeah.
might have like
Yeah.
what are the chances that Tezin was like holding this shit? Unlikely.
Oh, that
It
would
was
suck.
probably
Yeah, it's
it
probably
was
not
probably
on his
on the
person.
boat.
That's
Mhm.
yeah. Can we search?
Can we search the boat to see if there's any pre-written documents?
Yeah, I believe like between you have a passive investigation high enough to
We got
strip
5
this boat
days.
over 5
Yeah.
days. Yeah. You would not find anything resembling a writ of passage on the boat.
Ooh, okay. Can I remember what one looks like enough to like?
I think that would be outside of policy.
Yeah.
Like you know that you need a writ of passage, but having never filled out one yourself, nor particularly I feel being raring to go on the business side of things of your family farm.
I've never been to on this kind of thing to
Yeah.
the Greyfort before. No.
In terms of time, I don't. Again, I'm not sure Polly would know too much. I think because it also highly depends on what the queue is like in terms of how many merchants are trying to get through on that day, as to how long of a delay you get at the checkpoint.
And how many really come by boat is a question as well. Like.
Would Lyra or Ursula know what the paperwork looks like? Have they ever?
They have heard of
Traded
writs of
anything?
passage, but they've never They've never
Fair
tried to
enough.
move goods up to
Cool,
Pearlmire
cool,
before.
cool.
They've been to Pearlmire and they've been on coaches that have had writs of passages before, but they've never handled one before.
Okay. We also need a little cover story of why we're traveling.
Do we?
Well, if they're gonna ask, like, what do you have on the boat? What's your business? Blah 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 blah. We need to have a business.
Well, is the cover story for like? Is it like a cover story, or is it
I was-
bloody Krakens moving
I was
illicit goods?
fully under the opinion that
Well,
we
no, but the
were-
Bloody Krakens would have had a cover story, wouldn't they? Because not everyone's.
Maybe not everyone
Yeah.
before it's 30,
I
but
was fully assuming everybody was dirty. That's so funny. I was just like, yep.
Oh no.
I mean, if one of their higher ups, if they're holding a light raven just in their fort,
But like, not everyone's gonna be in on that. There's gonna be like Steve, who works part-time, he doesn't know what's going on.
I have an interesting proposal of cover story, but it might be a little bit of a kind of deviation from what Alex is anticipating from us. You could pretend to be the assassinated Bloody Kraken and say that you're fleeing because you defected from your group.
This is getting so complicated. I was just.
What sort of story
like,
do you think you can run with?
Well,
Yeah.
we don't have anything on the boat, so I was just going to be like, so we're at Pearlmire going to Greyfort?
You're
Like,
at
Greyfort.
Other way around.
We've
Go
got
ahead.
a great money, I
Greyfort
suppose.
going through. So
Where
we've
would-
been selling things and now we're coming back?
Or we're going to buy a bunch of shit because if you're a Bloody Kraken, you're mostly on the ocean.
That makes more sense, yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, we are carrying a lot of cash
Yes. So you're
and 2
gonna
dead
go-
bodies.
Gonna go buy. Yeah, that was the reason.
And they're
I
going to
was-
search the boat.
That was the
True.
reason I was killing Ursho, was because so you could be like, I killed this evil light raven, and
So we're just really hoping that the
that
person
was
that
fully
we
what we had always
is-
assumed. Yeah.
I think we're looking to try and get a corrupt officer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we want a crop. Okay.
And
yes,
we
yes.
have enough gold to bribe them as
Yeah,
well.
we do. It's true.
Mhm.
Yes.
Although only
Okay,
with
cool.
that because I quite like money.
Oh yeah, don't give them too much.
Oh yeah, what would be a reasonable amount for a bribe? What's the currency like?
Probably knows all about
How
it.
much-
What would a pirate know about bribing?
I think it depends solely on what you're trying to bribe for. If you're
in this context, what feels right? Because you don't want to be too much, because that's
What
suspicious.
does your heart
But you don't want to lowball it. Well, I don't. IRL, I don't know how much stuff costs in
What do
game.
you mean? Unacceptable. Just think about
100
all
gold,
the
100
people
gold.
that you've bribed,
100 gold.
and then try and.
I think Kai's
Other
only
people
really
IRL
been through
bribe.
like small bribes before, probably. So you would have maybe not done anything over 10 gold before to get information and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Smuggling goods
Does 100 seem reasonable?
I
seems
think
a bit low.
A bit
Really?
low. Okay.
You are smuggling goods through an official checkpoint of 2
is
different
the goods
military
just
orders.
Ursho and the relics.
Were you trying to pass
Kinda.
yourself off as bloody krakens who are smuggling a lot of goods up the River Sanguine?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more in keeping to do a little bit.
200?
500
I
maybe.
think no. I would say go for 150 because you're stingy as fuck. And with your charisma, hopefully that would be enough. Also, remember that Bloody Krakens have just passed through.
True,
We're
true.
assuming if they manage to get failure.
Valior to
I've been
here.
calling him Fail because I can't remember his name. Yes. So if Bloody Krakens have just passed and they've just been bribed already, then they might be a little bit more like, oh yeah.
Hey, my buddies came through the other day.
Tezin is
How about we-
serious shit. Sure, on you go.
Nice.
We got the same deal going.
Did we say what we wanted to do with the trident?
No.
It's yours.
It is mine.
Mm.
I'm not being me.
Do we have a conveniently rolled carpet that we can just stick in the middle of?
Did you
So-
bring a carpet with you?
Yes,
No.
it's in my inventory. I'm sorry, I failed to.
Okay,
Rosie.
you say those kind of lies often enough now that I know the tone of voice and grin that you do them with, so no!
If you're invisible, anything
Yes.
that you have on your person is also invisible.
Yes.
Oh, you
Do
can give it to
or
Lyra.
want to be Lyra? Would probably
Lyra
be a
would make
better
more
bet.
sense because
Yeah.
she's right by you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hold your trident.
You just hold it for
Yeah.
me for
Yeah.
a while.
Just hands it to you when combat, if and when combat picks.
And that way it doesn't
Yeah.
get too far from you, which we thought might have been a
precisely.
Yeah.
bit of a thing.
I think that makes sense.
So yeah, Lyra stays in the
Is
boat
Lyra cool with that?
with the trident.
Lyra doesn't really understand what's going on, but agrees so long as Ursho clears it.
So amenable.
Cool.
I love
Okay.
it.
It's all in need of getting Valior back, so they'll go with it.
Bloody Krakens are looking for this. We don't want them to have it, so hiding.
Yes.
Alright, so I
Right.
hold it.
In the same
Well,
way
you're going
that
to be invisible, so anything you're holding will also be invisible.
Oh, is that how that works?
Yeah, anything that's like on your person. So it's not like you're invisible and then you can see your clothes.
So if I drop it,
don't
then
drop
don't
it.
drop it.
Yeah, don't drop it.
okay.
If you drop it, it'll break the invisibility. If you attack someone with it, it'll break your
Wait,
invisibility.
dropping it wouldn't break the invisibility.
Wouldn't it?
It would maybe make it visible. But
Yeah,
it
that's what I
wouldn't-
meant.
Yeah.
That's what I
The
meant.
trident comes.
Right.
And yeah, we'll
So I
put-
can't attack anybody?
No.
Yeah, we'll, like,
or
talk her
cast
through
a
the whole
spell.
spell.
No, that's a thing for you.
No.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, Lyra's never really cast any spells before, has she?
No, she is not completely non-magical.
Yeah.
Would I think Kai would take the time to maybe like explain how invisibility
Yeah,
works
yeah.
to
I'll
Lyra.
like sit and
Yeah,
talk
okay,
her through.
cool.
And you're
Because
like,
you know
She
the-
has
you know
a
the
couple of
spell.
days to practice as well.
She does, yeah.
Yeah,
She
so
has.
she can-
If you give her the ring on the off step kind of thing,
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
got a bit of time to work with it and
Cool.
figure things out
Yeah.
and vanish for an hour a day.
yes.
Very good.
So,
Do some training.
Some visibility training. Nobody has sea invisibility, do they?
No.
So, okay,
wild shape, invisible.
yeah. So if you get out of his pocket, you
Uh-huh.
can no longer see him.
Well, I can pick an animal that's got blind sight.
If you
That's
if
true,
you
that's
have
true.
an animal that has buttons.
Well, so giant centipede is on the list, but I don't want to be a giant
Horrifying.
centipede. But if a giant centipede has got blind sight, could I assume
Could you
that
be a
a
snake?
regular centipede would also have blind sight?
Snakes have
I
blind
could
sight?
also be a snake. That's true. It's just the sizing things are difficult because a lot of the time
I think they're
for the
small.
stats,
Yeah.
they're always like, well, even small is because they stat things so that it's like a good combat option a lot of the time. But sometimes I'm like, well, what if I want to be literally a snail? You know, like that.
Yeah.
They've not statted that shit,
A mouse.
That's
which is
fair.
a little bit annoying.
I mean, a snake can literally fit in your pocket,
that is true.
regardless of what its size category is.
That is true. That is true.
Maybe
You
not
would know
a
better
boa
than most.
constrictor, but
Mm.
Then I won't be one of those.
yeah.
Mhm.
I think you'd be safer with a small snake than you would be a tiny centipede because
Yeah,
it doesn't
you
look
don't want
like
to be stepped on.
No,
most
I
tiny
wouldn't.
centipedes don't have the blind sight.
Yes, I don't know what tiny centipedes do and do not have because, like I say, they don't have
They're not
stats for them
statted.
officially.
No,
Yeah, be a local snake.
a local
Hmm.
snake.
Yeah.
A small
Snake.
local snake.
How about a giant wolf
Me too,
spider?
that's the word.
A
One
giant wolf spider.
I think it's perfect.
What does that class as?
It has the word giant in it. I'm absolutely not going to be that.
I mean, a giant spider could be like, whicha.
What was it called
Like the
again?
size of your fist.
Giant wolf spider.
What size, Kathy? Or are you a giant wolf spider? Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to pick something that's got blind sight just in case, but that's not my main priority because
Medium.
if I'm
No, absolutely not.
precisely see
Horrifying.
if I'm coming out of Adolin's pocket, you would assume it's because I am
We found Falior, and you're going to try and like
yes,
do
absolutely.
the thing with him.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Absolutely. And then I'll
Lovely.
just like wave around blindly with my human hands.
What about a bat?
Ooh, I like bats. They're
It's
very
got blind sight.
Hey,
they're
for
very
60 feet.
thematic.
we
for-
got 2 followers.
Woo!
Hi,
It's lovely to see you. I looked at the wrong
Welcome.
camera again. Sorry.
Welcome.
Aileen, Lioness, and XL spread cheeks.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
So-
inspiration for that.
Well done.
Yeah, a bat has blind sight. It's tiny. The only thing is, if you get deafened, you can't use your blind sight.
And we know how often I get deafened.
But it
It's
also
true.
means you can fly if you want.
Yeah, no, that's ideal. That's perfect. And it's spooky.
And it's spooky.
That's me right there.
Spooky bat.
Yeah, you have 30 feet of fly. You'd only have 5 feet of walk, so you'd be like,
Waddle, waddle, waddle.
It's so cute.
Mm.
I love it so much.
okay.
Okay.
Plan. That's good. That's
Okay.
Do we have our plan? Finally.
Good. I have still got my fingers crossed
Oh,
twice.
okay.
Okay, go for one.
Okay, this is mostly a reminder for me to do something. This is me asking.
Can we write it down?
No.
No, don't interrupt the
Because
room.
then I
What's
need
the
to
question? Just
remember
ask the
to put it with a piece
question.
of
Just
paper.
ask the question.
So we're doing literally nothing the day before, essentially, more or less.
Unless you
we've
want
got
to.
a little bit of revision.
Are you
of,
making a
like,
ton of good berries again?
That was good. I was going to ask Alex politely if I could.
Yeah.
Not that I need them. I'm just saying, could I do it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You can use all of your spell slots the day before to do that.
Grief.
I mean, I'm just like I maybe wouldn't use all because in case we are like ambushed in the night or something, I'd save like a 4th level or something like that. But I was thinking that I could do that, especially because none of us got back to Alex quick enough for augury or divination. Because when your DM asks you to like pose a question, it's so intimidating to
Yeah.
craft it
3 weeks
perfectly.
to come up with
And
it.
yet somehow that made it all the worse.
Mhm.
And this is on us, very much on us.
Very much.
But it means that we're not casting those spells.
No.
Which means that I have even less to do ahead of time. Yeah.
Cool.
The other thing that I was going to do is, like, and this is probably on the day, was I was going to ritual cast, do another non-concentration ritual cast of Water Walk,
Ooh.
which I thought might be quite good because it
In
would
case.
help. stealthing off the boat, you know, if we would just like snuck down the
That's-
river a little
That's
bit
quite
and
fun.
slicked ourselves
Yeah.
up.
That is quite good actually.
And then also, I think personally, just that Polly's fallen in the water enough times that she's a little bit scared. So she's like, you know what's the solution to not being able to swim? Not fucking needing to swim.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good solution. It's
Yeah.
a good solution.
If you're being a bat,
Yeah.
what happens to your bees?
If there's anything that I'm wearing or being carried,
Yeah.
then they're tiny little
They're
bats in the
absorbed
little
into
bag
you.
of bat holding.
Yeah, so you can't interact with the
I
bag
see, I
of
see.
bee holding at that point.
Cool.
But
Mm.
it
If
is
you want,
safe.
I could open the bag and I could just
No.
let them mull about.
Oh
No.
no.
Just this boat comes in surrounded by bees, and they're like,
Absolutely
"Yeah, this is fine."
This is very normal.
Mm.
They
Okay.
can have your bat.
Alright, cool.
So we're approaching Greyfall.
You can have your bat.
Do you
Okay.
want to have water walk cast on you, or would you rather swim a boot?
So your ritual cast would be water walking and 2 feigned deaths.
Yeah.
That
So-
is half an hour.
So starting from 30
Yeah.
minutes out from when we get
is
there.
water walk an hour or 8
Hour.
hour? Okay.
And Feign Death was 8.
Hour.
Also
An
an
hour.
Also an hour.
All of it's an hour. That is like half your time.
Yeah.
For half time of water walk will be
But that's fine.
no 20 minutes.
A third
Yeah.
of the time.
Yeah. If you line all those 3 up beforehand.
And I do them in that order. I could do like water walk, and then Urshaw's Feign Death, and then Clifford's Feign Death.
Mm.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, Clifford's the one who's the most of a
Yeah, we need
liability if
to
he wakes up.
Keep them quiet the longest.
Yeah.
And if there is a queue on the lead up to the boat checkpoint,
We can just see.
yes, you will be able to see.
Mm. We'll just
How far in advance do you want to do this?
we'll try and guesstimate it so that the final Feign Death goes off as close to getting to the front of the line as possible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much. Yeah, I mean,
well, you can't cast when you're in wild shape.
that's true. Wild shape would be the last thing I do.
Yeah, which you have to do before the guards start.
That is also
Appearing.
true.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What we could do is actually.
Is the boat has an inside part.
We can go below deck.
Yeah,
Or like
there's
inside
a
a
below
cabin.
deck or storage or.
Not especially. There's like a covered bit where the goods get slotted under, which I
Oh,
presume
okay.
is where you're shoving Ursho and Clifford at the back.
Ursho,
Alright.
Clifford, the crate.
I was
it's
going to
not
say
like
you could
a-
do all that while you're below deck, but if there's no below deck,
It's not
then
really,
no.
no. You would have been like camping on the
Cool.
like banks of the
Just
river.
sit down behind the crates.
Well, what I was thinking is if the queue's really that long, then the water walk thing could mean that like Adolin and I could get a head start before you even started
Oh, that's a good
talking
point.
shop.
Mm.
Like we could just walk off the boat invisible and get back and like get into Greyfort
You
really early on.
need to be around to cast Feign Death
Yeah,
close
I'd be
enough to
happy
the queue.
to do that for
Yeah.
sure, but like, so it's a thought certainly.
Yeah.
What is the traffic like?
Yeah, that's the thing. We're never really gonna know until we're actually
Yeah.
in it.
Is that all of our questions and all of our even more
Wait, I
planning?
want to cast augury.
No, I deny you that because you were told to prep that. Or
The
the
gods have forsaken me.
gods have.
You don't
forsaken.
have a god.
That's why Polly doesn't know she's an Aasimar. She's a godless heathen.
Okay, you can see that when you're coming up to the river checkpoint, there are 2 boats outside of the checkpoint at the moment, and there's 1 boat currently in the checkpoint going up river.
Mhm.
And you can't really see how many boats there are coming down river at the moment.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
So you would be like 3rd in line on your side.
Okay.
I think wait.
What if I have a little telescope? Then can I see if there's some coming the other way?
It's more that there's stone blocking the way.
Fair enough then.
It's
There's
not.
a
I'm
whole
sorry. Your
wall.
eyesight isn't the issue
What do
here.
you have glasses that are X-ray vision?
What is the range of the X-ray
I
vision?
can't remember who has those.
Yeah, who has those? The ring of
Uh,
X-ray vision.
I think I wound up with it.
I don't have it.
I think the X-ray vision only went 30 feet.
Okay, then no, that's not helpful right now.
Fair enough.
I forgot we had that.
So,
So many things.
There are a lot of things.
so
true.
there's 2 boats in front of us.
Yeah.
And we don't know how many are on the far side.
No.
But there's a boat going north inside the checkpoint right now.
Yeah.
I think maybe let that one go. Do they do kind of like turnabout? So like one goes north,
Yeah,
one goes
yeah.
south, one goes north?
Yes. Yeah. I mentioned that before.
Yes. Let's let the northbound boat go. Time how long it takes the southbound boat to go. And use that as a bit of a guide and then just try and time all these ritual spells to go off as close to us, get to the front of the line?
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, worst case scenario, I forsake, I guess, Water Walk, or I just cast one of them. I literally just cast one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can also just cast a
Like
spell.
that's always an option.
Yeah.
Please. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. What prep is being done now as you're approaching the back of the queue and you can see a guard starting to make his way towards you?
We're gonna get below deck. We're not gonna be on.
There is no below deck.
Okay.
That's what the whole.
Oh shit!
It's an
That's
open
true.
thing.
Yeah, that's
There's
an
nowhere
open
to
thing.
go.
Wait, the guards are coming
So,
towards us outside the
there's
fort.
One guard walking towards you.
Outside the fort?
Yes, just to check in.
Right.
They can see us.
I'm going to say no, then you're not there yet. You've seen this guard in
Okay.
advance, so you can do all your prep before you approach the guard.
Cool.
You're aware
We
of
do-
this guard
we do
walking
all
up
the
and down.
prep now.
Yeah.
Okay, what prep do you want to do?
Before visibility becomes a thing. Yeah.
Yes.
You need to wild shape before you go invisible. Yes.
Yes, but I need to cast all my spells before I watch it.
Yes, that was.
All the things.
Lyra, go invisible.
Okay.
Here's a trident.
Hold my trident.
Go invisible.
I think she accidentally pops invisible before grabbing the trident, and then you just see a, and your trident disappears.
Lovely. And disguise self.
Okay, so you're looking like a generic bloody kraken.
was
Yeah,
pretty
let's
much
go human, brown hair, same height and build, but like different facial structure,
Yeah.
etc. Have the tattoos and shit.
Tattoos.
Got the dagger on
You've
me.
got a dagger. Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Awesome.
You've never looked better.
Rude.
Zing.
Okay.
We're not speaking anymore.
Is that all of Kai's prep, or is there other bits you're doing?
I need to cast Pass Without Trace before you cast Invisibility on me.
Yeah, they need to do their shit, and then I cast invisibility on Adolin last.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you just want me to burn the slots?
Might help.
It's either that, or you're going to have to try and like guess at the right time to try and do these
That's
things.
a
So you could
little
ritual cast
too
one of them, I
much
think, at this
Yeah.
stage out.
I'll
Without
ritual
any
cast
issues.
like
Be careful to flash your phone, sorry.
Me?
Bane
Yeah,
there.
yeah, it's hitting my eyes.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah, they're all third level, so I'll
Sometimes.
just burn 2 slots and ritual cast a third. It doesn't really matter
Yeah,
which.
sure.
Cool.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
me,
so those
and
are your
I'll
3 in
watch-
place. You're doing pass without trace.
Pass Without Trace.
Oh, enhanceability as well. I forgot.
Enhanceability.
That one I can't ritual cast. That is just cast on you.
Invisibility.
Okay.
And you do Invisibility on me.
Yeah. Do you want Bardics?
Oh,
Ooh,
that's only
yeah.
10 minutes. I will give the one to Adolin. Don't give one to me. I don't really
Yeah.
need it.
It's only last 10 minutes?
Yes.
I mean, wouldn't say no. I mean, like, I can just kind
Yeah.
of get going and do some
Yeah.
stuff.
If you're going.
Did
Yeah.
you want to set up your telepathy as well? That was
Oh, yes,
discussed.
yes,
Because you
yes.
have to be able to
Mm.
see the person
Yes.
to set up the telepathy.
I
Okay.
Telepathy.
Zing.
That's cool.
Zing.
And I'll just feed you ideas if it's Knights of Ash that you're talking to. I have a D6, if
Oh,
that
okay,
helps.
I was gonna pick one. There
Oh,
you go.
it can be one of your D6s.
Boom.
Oh, that's a cool D6. Thank you very
Oh,
much.
it's
Alex
so
gave me
I
it.
love it.
Yeah.
I have a bardic inspiration.
Awesome. So that's all the prep work done. Ursho, I would say Clifford is very unhappy that he's getting knocked out, and it doesn't really understand it. But I believe this is something you could have explained to him over 5 days
Yeah.
without
Yeah.
too much issue.
Yeah,
So it's-
I definitely cast it on myself for at least 3 days.
And
Like, just be
show
like,
him.
see, look, I'm fine. I had a great
Oh my
nap.
god. Don't traumatize a dog.
Not for 3 days, like, it's only an hour.
3 days straight, and Clifford's like, she's dead.
Oh no.
Is that what episode of Futurama?
Don't. Oh my god, no.
No,
Mage armor.
you wouldn't do mage armor as
Yeah.
well.
Good,
I
good
remember
shout.
That's
things.
not concentration either.
No,
is it?
it's just gone.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I presume Clifford's getting
Wait, no,
shoved
that doesn't-
behind things so that there's no like random spectral dog that
He's
people
going
can
to be getting
see.
wrapped in a slightly smaller carpet that I also carry.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Actually, it was like splayed across the crates and stuff, but tucked underneath the awning.
Sure,
Yeah. Okay. So there's not an obvious body on display.
Yeah, could it be one of those ones where it's like, oh, well, Kai gets the last to say on this, but one of those ones where it's like, it's hidden! So that you can have that,
Yeah,
like,
there's like
freedom.
a leg sticking
Oh
out.
no, you've caught us! And like, just to do a little vibe check, see if they're on the deal.
Okay. Cool. Okay. So that's everybody prepped and ready. There's nothing anybody else wants to do before we kick into a guard approaches you.
Everybody has
Think we're-
500 good berries each.
I think
Is Lyra doing much? Would she like a bardic?
She is gone. You cannot see
Fair
her.
enough. Goodbye.
You didn't give her any tasks other than to shut up and sit still.
I think that's very reasonable.
And try and not get caught
Yeah.
on the boat.
Awesome. Okay.
Gorgeous.
So all of you are currently still on the boat as this
Yep.
guard approaches.
I go.
Yeah.
Nobody's jumping
I
at
am
this
not
point?
leaving.
Okay. You're in his pocket.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. That's already been done. Either before he got invisibility cast on him, or you just scoop her up after
Yeah,
invisibility.
I did
Yeah.
the invisibility last so that they
Okay.
could get
Mhm.
sorted.
You're a little bat that's shoved into a pocket.
He's got wings now. It's me.
Wow.
I mean, you can see all the invisible people. Nobody else can.
That's true. Hi, Lyra.
Jesus Christ.
This is
Yeah.
chaos.
Mm.
It is mildly chaos. So there's only one person visible on this boat at this point in time.
Hi.
Okay. So you start to get yourself docked in behind the boat in front of you, and there's lots of like, what do you call moorings? Moorings is the correct term, isn't it? So you sort of loop ropes around and then like pull yourselves down, so you're not just smashing into the back of the next
Yeah,
boat
like
kind
a
of
wee
thing.
canal, like pulley.
And I would very happily say that Kai is more than adept enough at boats to make sure that that doesn't happen.
You were the right person to do this with.
Yes.
Which was something I
You
was
just
very
shipwreck immediately.
So funny.
was so looking forward to
Rope.
Adolin trying to do
That would
this.
have been hilarious. Why didn't I want to change the plan back?
Yeah, let's do our original awful one.
Absolutely.
With Adolin like being boats and trying to also be very charismatic.
Managed to tie himself up.
Like,
Oh, no.
"Oh, I'm
Good
a
day,
desperate
officer."
boatman."
This isn't suspicious.
Yeah, so you dock yourself in. You are on the left-hand side of the river. So while the guard is walking up and down the grass stretch you can see on the map in between the river and the road, it means he's on the far side of the river to you. So he cannot get too close to you at this point. But he basically just walks up, so he's level with you. You can see he is wearing Knight of Ash armour. He's got the Knight of Ash insignia blazoned onto the front of his armour, which you would recognise from from Adolin's armour. And he would just nod his head over you and, have your
Nod
documents ready?
I just nod back.
He just nod
You can
and
say the dog ate them, so you killed him.
I was gonna say that I just wasn't like there was another boat and the guy that was running that boat had both of it, and we have an awful manager and he didn't
Yeah,
give us the right
absolutely.
paperwork.
he wouldn't interact with you any further. He would just
Contact
remind
them.
you to have your documents ready, and you'd see just start pacing. He's essentially just keeping an eye on those boats to see that the 3 boats that are now docked in front of the checkpoint, just to see that nothing kinky's going on. But he's also keeping an eye on the road, as well as carts are starting to pull up and like join that queue. You can see the road queue is a lot longer as well. It's obvious that more people travel by road along here than they do by boat. Okay, so you are now in the boat queue.
Yep.
You can see that the chain nets are going up and down between each boat.
Oh.
So they're coming up to about 2 foot above the waterline at the moment. Does that affect your plan of when you're jumping off?
I'm kind of confused. I can't get a set of visual of that. Can you describe it? Chain nets between the thingamies.
So have you got
So,
the
like,
PDF
We're
map?
on the
Yes.
river here.
Uh-huh.
There's like a little wall. There's a little wall. The
Yes.
boat goes in between them.
Yeah, and they pull the chain nets up behind the boat to prevent it from
So-
getting away.
So we would want to be between them, right? Otherwise we were not going to be able to get into Griefport.
I mean, water walk's on.
Yeah, but
So we just walk up
Yeah,
the water.
where's like the way in? Is the way in from inside the little box?
There are no
or
doors
from
on the
outside?
outside, no.
So you need to be inside the little box.
Yes.
yeah, so we'd have to be between the 2 chain nets in order
Yeah.
to...
But then we just have to like time. We'd have to walk in alongside a boat.
That's true, that's true. We could just get onto
Yeah.
the water right now if we really wanted to, and then just like
Yeah.
hurry.
Yeah.
Go now.
I mean, it's only 2 foot tall as well, so with water walk on and not having the issue of swimming, you can just step over it.
That's
Oh,
true.
you
That too.
do that.
we could do that.
I forgot how
Oh,
tall
like a
2
net
foot
like
was.
that, not like.
Yeah.
I was imagining like a gate portcullis.
No.
Yeah, like it dips underwater when they lower it, right?
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
they drag it up and out of the water.
Yes, that is
Yeah.
exactly what is
I
happening. There's big
understand.
cranks on one side
Mhm.
that pull it up and down. You would know that they don't usually pull it up in between every single boat, but they appear to be doing that today.
Ooh.
Oh.
Okay, well, hang on a second.
They're on higher alert.
Well, no, what I'm thinking is that if we're going to be in there, if things go really badly with Kai, worst case scenario, we can probably just, like...
Kill him.
No, kill them! Jesus!
Kill
I mean,
who?
sure,
I
but
don't know. I thought that was a
we
stabbing.
could
What are you? What?
undo the mechanism. We could make it go down, and then we could just...
Oh right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Okay.
that was
How
all.
is this undo the mechanism?
It was...
there a
I was
button?
imagining a reel, so I was like, if you hit the reel, then it would unspool. The
Okay.
vision was very clear in my head.
Sure.
You guys would just need to keep up.
Okay. Anyway.
We'll concentrate on looking for failure and investigating for it.
But worst case scenario.
Yeah. If it starts to go south with the checkpoint, let us know telepathically, and we'll hustle and try and discreetly like, oh no, the mechanism broke. The chain drops, and you're like, oh, I'll just sail on out.
Is it cool that I still be part of conversation, or should I shut the fuck up?
I'm kind of okay with it, so long as it's not we're stopping every second or like round of combat if it gets to that point to discuss options.
Is
Yeah,
that
I'm
what's
kind of
hap-
happy because yeah,
Sure. I could like whisper. Like,
you're not going to get an answer back, but yeah.
Really, really
Yeah.
high shriek.
Exactly. Okay, so are we waiting until we're in the checkpoint to jump out? So I deal with that bit first.
I think you should go first. If you
Yeah,
can just
if we
step
can step
over
over it, then we should just
Mhm.
go. Yeah,
Okay,
fine.
cool.
Cool.
So we're jumping now
not jumping, but like gently descending side of the boat
onto water.
onto the surface of the river.
I imagine that's an incredibly unnerving experience to suddenly be able to walk on it.
Jesus.
Especially when you can't see your own feet.
Yes.
Yes. Unsteady surface. But yeah,
That is weird.
yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah. Adolin would like then kind of like pick his way forward, kind of like over the surface of like, is the surface moving?
Gently.
Is it like an escalator?
It's a river.
travelator?
Yeah.
Travelator.
Yeah, so it's moving. It's not a very fast river.
You're
by the
trying to
sound of
walk
it.
and the ride is just taking you back. You're staying exactly
You
the
just
same
watch
place.
Kai, who's completely stationary,
That's
getting
so
further
funny.
away from it.
Oh
The River Sanguine is not a particularly fast-flowing river. You will
Okay.
need to keep moving, otherwise you will just get pushed backwards.
no.
But you can, without having to dash, you can keep ahead of the river.
Okay. Then I would like to try and sneakily move faster than the current is flowing up to the kind of the gatehouse.
Okay.
And if the net is done when we get there, great. If not, try and just like hop over it.
Okay, roll me a stealth check.
I don't suppose I can use the help action.
No.
No.
How would you help with a stealth check?
I would be able to see his feet.
No, you can't. Oh God, you can. Yes.
Yes.
How would you communicate that to him?
High pitched shriek if the river.
A loud, high-pitched screech.
I'm really close to his ear, so
No,
high
you don't. You don't pocket it.
Fine. I will
How
use
does
my.
being invisible help with stealth?
I believe it'll give you
You could
advantage.
see the little swells of thinking.
Yeah, happy to do that if you want.
Yeah, I'm happy to do it that way because I'm not going
Every
to
time you
try and
almost
split it
tripped
into
over
auditory
a
and visual
bell.
and things like that. So
Right.
please go for it.
Okay.
You're moving slowly as well, so.
Plus 17 because pass without trace. 26.
Nice, thank God.
26. Okay.
I mean, nine's all right.
They were
It's below
both
average.
below average.
Yeah.
9 is not all right. 9 is below average.
It's
Don't sass Jesus.
unsteady on his feet, Jesus.
Unsteady on his feet, Jesus. Okay, so I think by the time that you get up to the netting, you can see that the further away net gets dropped to let the boat that's in the current in the checkpoint currently go out, and then one from that direction gets pulled in. So the net that you're trying to step over doesn't get lowered
Okay.
as the next boat pulls in.
Cool.
You want to step over it?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. And I think with a 26, that's more than enough to do that without too much
Yay.
difficulty. It maybe takes you a bit longer as you're being a bit more careful, so you don't know where your feet are and you don't want to kick it.
Yeah. He's
You're
got
stepping way higher than necessary.
he's got the athletics to like vault slightly if needed.
Okay,
Take a small running jump.
it's 2 foot.
Cool.
You don't need
You
to vault
don't
2
Great.
feet.
Hurdle. He gently hurdles.
Sure. And what you find now is that you have, where's my maps? There we go. So you are in section 7 of the ground floor map.
Copy that.
On the first map, which, as you can see, there are 2 wooden boardwalks on either side of the river, each having 4 guards on either side. You can see that there is an even split with 2 Iron Order on either side and 2 Knights of Ash on either side. They are mingling between themselves. There's no like, we are the Iron Order, we're over here, and you are the Knights of Ash, and you are over there, kind of thing. They are like as a group on each side. The left-hand side, so the most northerly side, is the side that have just finished checking the boat that was heading
North, east.
east.
Yep.
Yep. And the side that is on the right-hand side of the map, as you look at it, which is the southern side of the river, are now just stepping up to start checking this boat that's just coming in, that's heading west.
Cool. Are there any doorways in? Is there like a kind of a fort wall on the northern side of the river?
So the northern side of the river is approximately 2 stories up along this cliff face. So you can see that the only doorways that you have access to are in the 2 right-hand towers. Does that make sense?
So there's no way from the kind of the surface of the water or the docks into the northern half of the fort?
Not directly.
You've got to go that way, up the steps onto the walls and then over.
Potentially, yes. You can see that there are windows along these archways as well, so it's possible that one of the stories has it has an internal walkway as well.
Okay, but the only way up from the checkpoint that I can see is along the kind of the road side of the river.
Yes, you have to go to that side of the river and up the stairs first.
Cool. Sweet, yeah. I'm going to start sneaking. I think knowing that the more kind of like militarized bit of the fort is on the other side, with like the officers, the offices and barracks and whatnot, I think that's where you'd be going for. Also, see the round tower?
Yeah.
That was described as, was it the flight
stables, yes.
Flight stables.
Yeah.
As in like, are we talking like hippogriffs and griffins and shit?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, some of the higher ranking members of Knights of Ash are flying mounts.
Change of plans, we're stealing them.
Oh boy. We should steal the commander's griffin.
Please. But who cares about Thalior? This is like getting its names right. I'm becoming less and less interested in it.
Yeah, I think we'll try and play it discreetly and just kind of sneak, stick to the stairs and the walkways.
Yeah, sure.
I'll tell Polly, like, with your incredible hearing as a bat, if you can hear somebody about coming to intersect our path, just thrash and flap.
I softly bite you. In affirmation.
That will also.
Okay.
My +0 to hit.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh.
You can still crit.
Okay.
That's true. And I would do 2 damage.
Wow.
Okay. So, do you want to be quite careful about how you're going up the stairs and all that, like nice and slowly? Like, obviously, you don't want to dawdle and waste all your time and stuff like that because you've only got an hour, but you're not trying to rush through.
Yeah, we've got an hour, so I'm not going to rush things. I'm happy to kind of like sit in place and lean back and let people
Listen.
go by. Yeah.
Wait for things. Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, awesome. And you have 60 feet of blind sight?
Yes.
Awesome. So I think between that's more than enough for you to sort of pause, stepping off of the water up onto the wooden planking, nice and carefully shifting your way from the wooden planking towards the actual stone structure of the fort. The 4 guards are very in-depth checking this boat that's coming through. You can see it's quite heavily laden with crates and goods and carpets and things like that that are all like strapped down. So there's a lot for them to go through. So all 4 of them are on this. One of them's going through the paperwork, and the other 3 are on the boat themselves going through stuff.
Yeah.
So you can...
Is there any errand paperwork? Maybe we can double back and just paper airplanes some to Kai.
Steal the paper.
It's all like in the hands of one of the guards at the moment.
Okay.
Okay. But like stepping backwards towards the actual tower itself, you come to the base of this round tower, which is basically just has the staircase in it up and down. Waiting at the bottom of it for a moment, you can hear there's not much movement within the tower itself, and if you give Polly a moment to do her echolocation up and down the tower, you can tell there's nobody coming up and down the stairs at the moment for the full set of stories, which is
Great.
3 stories on this side.
Awesome.
2 stories? 2 stories. Ground first, second, which is...
Yeah. Copy that.
You can go to the top of the 2nd floor. That is what I'm trying to tell you.
Awesome. Mild retcon. potentially, could we, not something I want to do right now, but something I could have.
Okay.
We picked up a rope of climbing.
No, yeah.
In the
That
last
was
stash.
obviously going to go for you,
Okay.
know?
Yeah. Sure.
Could I have that on me at the moment?
Yeah.
Because I don't believe the spell invisibility will break if you use a magic item.
No, it doesn't. So long as it's not an offensive magic item. Yeah. Offensive.
I'm not trying to garrot anybody with a rope of climbing.
Yeah. Sure.
This time.
This time.
This time. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. That's absolutely fine.
Thank you very much. You are kind and benevolent DM.
That I am. Thank you. Yeah, so long as you don't use any items that would be considered an offensive thing, so like the flash in the Ring of Starlight, well, that one,
Yeah.
would be
Ring of
considered
Stars.
as offensive kind of thing. But a rope climbing, no.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be a bit weird to try and like wrap yourself around it while you're invisible, but you'll figure it out, I'm sure.
Cool.
Okay, so slowly creeping up
Great,
the stone
that's
stairs.
awesome.
These are quite narrow stairs, so it's not possible for two people to pass on them.
Mhm.
But taking the time to sit and listen, you can kind of tell there's nobody going up and down these at the moment. Everybody's on shift, which means there's not many people wandering around up and down the stairs.
Yeah.
Do you want to go right to the top floor, which would take you out onto the top of the kind
Battlements?
of battlements for this side of the river, and then leading to the ground floor of the fort on the other side.
Yeah.
Ramparts are a good word, yes.
Ramparts. Yeah, I think that with Adolin's knowledge of the fort, the plan to search it that you'd have pitched to the two yous and Airshow and Lyra and all that on the way up here would have been officers' quarters first, the
Yeah.
bits furthest from like the public.
Like
these
absolutely
bits
top and
of
then
the
work
fort.
our way down, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Get one of the ramparts, get around to like the back. So buildings 1 and 2 on your map,
Buildings 1 and 2. Okay.
on your big map. Mm.
My detailed map.
No,
No.
your town map.
My town map. Okay. Cool. Yes. Buildings 1 and 2. Okay. Can we switch to the detailed maps now as well then?
Yeah, of course.
So that I've got. So do you want to head straight across the river into the ground floor of the fort, inside the walls, and try and like go around the walls to building 1?
Straight. I thought I'm at the base of one of the towers on the right hand side.
Yes. I presumed the lower one. Did you want the upper one? Sorry.
No, I'm easy with either.
Okay, we'll start with the lower one. So in your lower
Cool.
right tower, you go up
To the very top.
to the very top, which puts you into open air briefly before you then walk across the top of the river bit.
Yes.
And then into the fort proper
Yes.
on the ground floor. Okay,
On the ground floor?
on the ground floor of the fort, because that's
Oh, yes.
the cliffside.
The river is not at the same level as the ground floor of the fort.
No, that is
Gotcha.
correct. You
With
are correct.
With you.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, designing these maps was a bloody nightmare, and I'm doing my best.
Mm. No, thank you, we get it.
Okay, so you're now in that lower left
I understand.
circular
Yes.
tower.
Mm. Lower left circular tower. Okay.
Where are we going from there?
Let's see. I think from there, what would so we'll go up this 1, 2. So it's the lower one is officer barracks, and the upper one is fort offices. I think the offices would have been.
Offices sounds better.
Yeah, I would
Prob-
agree. I mean, not that you're going to find anybody in there, but they might have intel, certainly.
Yeah. We'll loop all the way around and up to the back of the offices.
Okay,
Please.
Cool. To the doorway there. Okay, so there.
Listening as we go.
Sorry,
Listening as we go.
listening, not whistling.
I thought you said whistling as well.
I was like, Jesus, you're not taking the stealth thing very seriously.
Cocky little fuckers. Not even God can stop us.
Sneaking. Okay.
Oh, I miss Gallop.
Oh, God. What a show.
Okay, so you would find that there are patrols within the inside of the wall. So there will be a pair of guards that you have to sneak past that will be walking towards you.
Yeah.
So as you turn the corner, we'll say the top left tower. So
Yeah.
you've gone up that weird like kink bit. And you're now in that top left tower. As you round that corner, you can see a pair of guards walking towards you. What do you want to do?
Top left tower. So where?
You're in that one.
Oh, I thought we were gonna go like
Oh,
that.
do you want to go that way?
Yeah, that way.
Okay, you have the same problem
Yeah.
because there are two sets of guards going in opposite directions, essentially.
Okay.
But yeah, so what do you want to do? Do you want to just flatten yourself?
I think maybe like just kind of like lower myself down the side of the wall, and like.
Hang off the side.
Oh no, we're on the ground floor.
You're
aren't
now
we?
on the inside, yeah.
Oh.
So you'd have to
On the
open a
ground
window
floor,
to
yeah.
do that.
Oh, okay.
You
Yeah.
can climb in the window ledge.
It's either find a recess, flatten yourself,
Yeah.
or cause a distraction, which probably would be happy to help with. That would maybe make them go in a direction. But you
Yeah.
get to decide. You would be the one calling the shots here.
So wait, I mean, am I like inside the walls?
Yes.
Inside the wall?
Yes.
On a little kind of walkway?
Yes.
Blah, 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 blah. Oh
Are there
gosh.
any recesses?
Yeah.
The windows are slightly recessed, so you could try and like press yourself back into one of those. You don't have a lot of gear on you, so it's not like you're trying to like push a full like laden rucksack into a window or something like that.
Are any of the windows open?
We are in summer, so yeah, several of them are open.
If I can get to an open one, I'll try and like get as much of my body through it as possible.
So like hanging partially out of it, so that not as little of you is in the corridor as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Love that. This is also very funny to just imagine.
Envision.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna roll perception checks for the guards as they pass you. Essentially.
My initial stealth was 26.
Yeah, I'm happy to keep that if you are for this point, because you haven't
Sure.
done anything that I would have said would have broken
No.
that or changed that.
That's cool.
Nope, they pass by. You can see they're in conversation, chatting to each other.
What are they talking about?
What's, you know, what's the
What are we talking
gossip?
about? Anything about prisoners? Anything about smuggling?
Lyra?
Yeah.
No, they are both talking about the card tournament that's going to be happening at one of the inns tonight.
There's
because
a
they're going to-
card
Well,
tournament?
obviously we have
We
to
gotta
do
be there.
that.
We gotta
Oh
be there.
my god, change of plan.
Cool. Yeah, we'll just
Yeah.
slink back in the window. Round we go.
Continue round. Okay. And I think you can get to the door of the offices without any further issue of
Cool.
interacting with any guards. This door is shut.
Is there? Can I listen at the keyhole?
Yes.
Is there anybody inside?
Roll me perception check.
Can I do it as well?
Yeah, I think you get advantage. Do you? You have to check your bat thing, but yes, please, perception checks. And if your bat thing says advantage on hearing,
I
then
do, I have
you-
keen hearing.
Keen hearing.
Wow.
I'm keen on it.
God, one.
Really enjoy it.
Nat 20.
okay.
It's a nat 1 and a nat 5.
Oh.
I'm really muffled in this pocket.
You can hear so much, but it's all from like down the hallway.
Okay.
Adolin is hungry and his tummy keeps on gurgling.
Aww. And I imagine
Oh.
maybe you have to like flap your wings occasionally to like steady yourself in his pocket, and there's
I'm
like
trying
loose
to calm
stuff in
myself
his
out,
pocket
and
and stuff
it's
as well.
I don't like this.
It's not a pleasant experience. No. With a natural 20, and maybe taking like a good 30 seconds outside this door with your door pressed against the door, with your ear pressed against the door,
Yes.
you hear a lot of movement from inside this room. I think Adolin would recognise the majority of these noises, but maybe not precisely, but
This
like
is room number 2 on your
this
detail
is room
map.
number 2, yes.
Copy that.
So room number 2, you would hear a lot of noises of like paper being sorted, moved,
Yep.
like gentle clickings and stuff like that. You can see, you hear the occasional from someone in the room.
Oh, I recognize that noise.
Love it.
Well, on a natural 20, I'm going to say you can guesstimate the number of people in the room. I think with that kind of perception and taking a bit of time to listen, I think you can guesstimate that there's between 4 and 7 people in this room.
Whoa!
Yeah.
That's a lot
There's a lot
of
of people
people.
in there.
Big office.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Big on their
the
communal workspace.
chances of failure being in there seem
Low.
Yeah.
Unless he's doing the work.
They just kidnapped him because they were short staffed.
Yeah.
Let's do with that. I think I might move off. Like, if Ersha wants records, this is probably the room to get them from.
Yeah, probably.
I think at some point we might need a distraction to get them out of there.
That was like, yeah.
Oh god, a bat got in. Where did that come from?
A bat has freed all of the hippogriffs.
I call that's a great idea. Call them Ruckus.
Love it.
Okay, so we'll put a pin in this one.
I think put a pin in this one. Is there any staircases up from here?
not. No. The only staircases that you can see are the ones that are in the towers.
Oh, okay, right.
So you'd have to go back down to the towers to move up.
So move up or down. Or I hop out another window and use the rope of climbing to go up
Yeah.
up to 50
Yeah.
feet.
You can try that if you like.
Yeah, I'd like to try that. I want to hop out an open window,
Okay.
use the rope of climbing, command it to knot itself, and then just shin up the
To the next floor.
upside the rope, outside and up.
Outside and up. Okay, can you make me an athletics check, please?
Thank you very much. I command the rope to knot. That gives me advantage
Okay.
on such checks.
Clever.
Lovely.
Gorgeous.
23.
I'm plugging.
23. What was that other roll?
The other one's in that
that
one.
one.
Oh my god, okay.
We're not using that one.
It's
No,
fine.
no,
We're,
it's
fine.
we're
It's fine.
getting them out without having to hold ourselves accountable.
Okay, I think with the 23, it's and again taking a bit of time. You might have to do your same thing of like hanging out a window to let a guard set go past as you're taking the time of hanging out windows, looking for windows that are open on the next level. You eventually find a set that are open close enough together along that. So we'd say the top long stretch of wall.
So the eastern wall.
Yes.
Cool.
Top of the map,
Top of the
eastern
map.
wall, that are open up and down from each other.
Cool.
So that you can get out, knot the rope,
Yep.
shimmy yourself up,
Sounds good.
hop back in, pull rope in.
Cool.
And I'm going to be nice and say that the rope never becomes uninvisible, even when you're climbing on it, because I don't know what the mechanics of that are, because you're no longer
I mean,
wearing
who's
it.
looking for a piece of rope that just like snakes
Appears,
itself up? And
yeah.
then just
It's a bit weird, I'm not going to
It's
lie.
weird, but only for like keeping an eye out for it. I can't.
Yeah, there's definitely
See-
no guards or lookouts.
That are looking at their own walls for a piece of string.
So you're now on the first floor, which is the map that is numbered 8 to 14,
Yep.
Lovely.
and you're on that top section.
Cool. Let's have a good listen for prisoners, anybody mentioning the commander, or
Okay.
oh, those pirates are smuggling up the river again. Or...
They could only bribe me if they pay more than 300 gold.
Okay. I will
That
ask
cult's in town again.
for a perception check, then, please.
Thank you.
May I?
You can too, but you cannot communicate any information. I
That's
give you.
fine. I'm here
Cool.
to learn. I poke myself out a little bit more, stick my head out, so it's like this. It'd be really cute if anybody could see
If
it.
anybody could see it.
Adolin can see it.
No, you
No, we
can't.
can't.
Oh.
That's another nat 20.
Oh my god.
Well,
Swear I'm not screwing with you.
I've got a little bear. I rolled a nat 2 instead of a nat 1.
Okay.
And a 12 instead of a 5.
Okay.
Woohoo!
That's not really
I think even on a 12, you,
amazing.
you have a positive modifier to your perception, yeah? Because it's wisdom based, yeah?
Oh yeah, I used my wisdom.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Mm.
That was a 16. Still not as good as a nat 20.
Yeah, okay. I think with that, you would still very much be able to hear that there are two sets of two boots going around this, so exactly the same as the last floor, where
Yep.
there are two sets of guards that are going in concentric circles when they're going in opposite directions.
No.
I can't remember.
Concentric is
really.
like layered circles, but
Yeah.
Well, they are technically layered. The people underneath.
True.
true that.
She got you.
Okay.
And being on that upper level as well, you can hear that in one of the sets of rooms from 8 to 11, there is somebody in there having a conversation.
What they saying?
Is it also about the card tournament?
It's Valier being like, man, I can't believe they got me.
Oh god, with a nat 20.
Everything.
I think you'd have to move closer to the door on
Yeah,
that bit to do that, but if you can do that. If you want. Yeah, okay, cool. Moving closer to that outer door that's by the set of stairs there, so you're not actually going up to the office doors yet. You can hear that there is somebody discussing what kind of sounds like to you like troop movements and like rotors and stuff like that. So like quite dull
Okay.
informational stuff, but stuff.
So,
Yes, dull. And I think we will pause there on you two for a minute as the
Hi.
boat is now getting pulled into the checkpoint.
Lovely.
Go on. You can do it.
Why do I keep making high charisma characters?
you have.
This is my
You
own
now have
fault.
to chat, yes.
It doesn't matter how good your actual chat is, because your stats are going to back you up.
True.
Positively.
I'm just going to take 2 minutes, sorry,
Cool.
to grab something. And I'll be right back.
Copy that.
Meanwhile, a word from our sponsors.
Glasgow 2024.
Da 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 da. We have gin.
We do, it's true. I haven't had any of the gin yet.
Mm.
It's good. I suppose legally you have to say it's good, but it looks gorgeous.
That's a gorgeous bottle.
Yes. I don't like gin, but I've heard it's nice.
I used to think that I didn't like gin, but it turned out I didn't like tonic.
Surprisingly common. Yeah.
So many people have said the same thing, yes.
Mm.
As you can see, our gin doesn't have actually gin in it. It's only got fairy lights, which is still pretty cute, but...
But it's
Maybe.
being brewed up at Pixel's distilled up at Pixel's distillery specifically for the convention.
Ah, that's
Mhm.
awesome.
Indeed.
And we have our own little cocktail recipe.
Yeah.
What's the
Somewhere.
cocktail?
I don't remember. One of them.
I'm sure it'll be on social media somewhere. We handed out
Somewhere.
many postcards with it.
Yeah, it's
at,
on a postcard.
so
It's very
many.
far back to scroll.
We should post it again.
We should.
Yeah, so people can have it for all of their Halloween celebrations.
Yeah.
The spookiest of drinks.
No.
The spooky wookie wookie.
What would the spookiest drink be, actually?
The spookiest drink. I want to say something dark
There it
with
is.
something orange in it. So like some sort of maybe like dark rum with like triple sec. Triple sec's the orange mix,
That
isn't
is
it?
this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Rum and triple sec? That
What?
seems like such a... I can't... The cocktails always scare me when it's like, add an alcohol, and then another alcohol.
I didn't. It's
Too
triple,
much alcohol.
it's triple sec alcoholic.
It's
Yes.
like semi-alcohol.
Oh, whoops.
Like 20%.
Ah, it's fine.
Okay, so
We're back.
yes.
We had a word from our sponsors.
Oh, yay!
They said hi.
I can't find it.
Okay, so the chain is lowered on your side of the river, Kai. The boat that was being held in the checkpoint at that point in time, and you've seen several go through now, gets allowed through and shuttled downriver, and you get called forwards by the 4 people on the left-hand side of the river.
Cool. Who looks corrupt?
He looks dodgy.
Okay, so there's 4 of them there, two Knights of Ash and 2 Iron Order. You'd see one of the Iron Order would look the boat up and down, and seeing that there's not much cargo would then like look at you, and immediately you'd see them, they'd look at the tattoos and things like that and say, hold there for a moment, and one of them would walk off.
Oh no, this might be okay.
This is fine.
This might be brilliant.
And the other 3 are just stood there, they're not really doing anything, they're not boarding the boat, they're not asking for papers, and they're not starting to look through the merchant.
Oh, this is
they're
brilliant.
getting,
Oh, yes.
They're getting
want-
the actual captain.
Do you want to do anything?
Not yet. I want to see how this
You
plays
wanna
out.
wait? Okay.
They're
This
getting...
might be going very
Is it
well.
bad Lyra that's here?
Bad Lyra's here.
You evil Lyra is coming to say hi.
Her
You're gonna have to
evil-
bribe her.
Twin. That's not how twins
Can-
work.
That's so
Can
funny.
good Lyra and bad Lyra be in the same place at the same
I
time?
don't know. This might get
Maybe
real
they're
weird.
actually the same person.
That would be wild.
Have you ever seen both Lyras at the same place at the same time? Not even now, will you?
Because one of them's
Oh, and you don't even know if she's still on the boat with your trident.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Alex, I know that this isn't, but what a fucking twist. That would be so cool.
This was their plan the whole time.
That'd be so cool if you were like, literally you knew her name was Lyra the entire time. How much more obvious could it
Like,
be?
yeah, you just never asked her for her last name.
So, okay. I hope
Okay,
that's not the
anyway,
case. but-
So a few minutes would pass, and you'd see the Iron Order guard would return and take up station with the other 3, and you'd see behind them, you'd see somebody walking towards you, and quite interestingly, we've got you see, and I think Kai would have seen this race before. I think Kai would have seen this race before. An Owlin walking
Oh.
towards you.
I
Wow.
have not seen this race before. Isla hasn't.
Oh, it's an owl person.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, they're introduced in Strixhaven's. They are adorable. But this is
This is a guard?
this is a guard. This is about they are 6 foot tall.
Yep.
You can see that they've got they have a set of wings, which is essentially their like front arms, I believe, as well. Is how Owlin work.
Do they have hands?
Kind of. It's included in the.
Kind of hands.
Oh, I don't really know the Owlin art well enough for this, but they've got white feathers with like black speckles along them, bright
Just
yellow eyes.
snowy
Awesome.
And you can see that they've got black leather armor that encompasses their wing, so allows for their wings to have freedom of movement and things like that. And they've got a Knight of Ash.
They do have hands, and I don't like it.
Oh, do they? Are they separate wings and hands?
Yeah.
Or the hands built into the wings?
No, they have separate.
Oh, okay.
But the hands are like weird claw talons.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
And they're wearing black leather armor that is fitted to allow for their wings out their back. And you can see that it's got the Knight of Ash symbol emblazoned on the front of it. And you can also see that there is a symbol of Torm hanging from
God!
No, wait,
a pendant.
that could be good.
What kind of symbol of Torm?
Yeah.
The
normal
normal
one? Or, okay.
normal symbol
Oh,
of Torm.
Okay.
But they would walk up to you and like clack their beak at you and like look over the boat and is this the last of it?
Yeah.
The last boat?
Yeah.
No more coming up from Dusttown.
Don't think there were any left.
He would nod. They would nod. And say, very well. And hold out a hand to them, to you.
Money, presumably, yes.
Are you asking me?
That I'm asking you out of character. They're wanting a bribe.
What do you think?
I think they are.
Okay, so what are you going to
Can I
do?
not just do an insight check? Is that not how this game works?
This is D&D, right?
I will allow you to roll an insight.
I want to know that I'm reading the situation properly.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Did I say insight? Yeah,
Yes.
17.
17. I think with the 17, Kai would know that they are expecting a
Good.
pouch of money.
Cool.
Maybe.
What did we say? 200.
I said lowball them 150.
I said
but
eyeball
that's
them
okay.
500.
Okay, let's go in the middle and go like 350. Can we have like pre-made a little pouch because we had been talking about bribing, so I'll just get a
Yes.
little pouch and
Mhm.
let's say it's 350.
Okay.
Plonk.
Plonk.
You pass it over to them, they would scoot it up and you'd see they quickly run their claws through it and check that it's roughly the right amount. They're not checking it very in-depthly, but you can see that they are checking that it's roughly the right amount before pocketing it. And
Lovely.
say,
Okay.
well, seems fine, all seems fine.
Yeah.
And you'd see that they pull out a bit of paper from inside.
Oh, that was going to be
A
a sword.
sword! Surely.
Stab!
That's what I went to go collect! But they'd pull out a bit of paper and they'd look the boat over and say, you haven't got much on you. Is there now left?
We have a bit of a different cargo this time.
Different?
It's like shovel something to the side a bit so you'd be like, there's the guy's foot. And you're like, and then shove it back in.
They would look and sort of, why have you not got them in a crate?
We ran out of crates. There was a whole thing at the base, it was a whole thing.
Well, you're not going to get into Pearlmire like that, are you?
Oh. That's a good point.
You got any spare crates?
You
is
fucking
This
nerd.
is great because it actually gives us some more time as well,
This
so we
is
can
awesome.
do some more things.
You don't have to ask them for a
So
crate.
funny.
Can you help us smuggle our body?
You'd see that they would like clack their beak again in annoyance and yes,
Look, I didn't organise it. Like,
that's not my problem. You're supposed to be organised when you pass through. All I'm supposed to do is give you the writ.
Hmm.
Fine, we'll get you a crate for your body. And you see, he would call over the Iron Order guard that went and got them, and they have a quick conversation of, we need a crate, go get us a crate now. And you'd see this Iron Order guy would like, and call one of the Knights of Ash with him, and off they'd pop.
perfect.
But the Owlin would hand you this rolled up scroll, essentially, and unfurling it, you can see it is a writ of passage.
Lovely.
It's left blank where the captain's name is, essentially, but you can see in the organisational section it says the Red Merchants,
Oh.
Oh.
and you can see under cargo it is. Where is it? Sorry, I've lost my section. Port records.
When Adolin finds this out, he'll be very upset to learn that high-ranking Knight of Ash is in on this.
It would say that
Very
the
upset.
goods that you're transferring
first one.
are feed,
Feed,
animal feed.
right?
When we
Yes.
get the Pearlmire, they're like, where is it? They're like, birds.
Well, we had to feed the animals, you know?
Where are the animals? It's that one dog. We had to kill him.
That one dog.
No, yeah, we were just like throwing it to the animals in the field as we sailed past. Anyway.
And you can see that it is signed off in terms of, you can see that the Dust Helm section is signed off with Helen's name, the Iron Order commander, and you can see that the Greyfort, thank you. Greyfort section is signed off under the name Sergeant Krasat.
Krasat.
Yes, Krasat.
Is this presumably the person?
He doesn't wear a name tag. They don't wear a name tag.
Sergeant.
But if that's a sergeant, do they have like any?
Would you think Kai is familiar with military rankings, considering the Iron Order don't actually use that?
Oh, but you have a telepathic letter to Adolin.
Do you want to utilise that as he's climbing in and out of windows?
It's probably not that important what this guy's name is.
Fair enough.
Maybe it's this sergeant.
But they would continue to stand there, essentially just waiting for this crate to get delivered. You're not getting allowed through until this is sorted, essentially.
Perfect.
You did an impeccable job.
Thanks.
But yeah, is there anything else you want to do while there's sort of a lull in things here?
Don't think we had anything else to do, did we?
Vamp. Wing it.
Yeah, just make some small talk, I guess.
What do you want to talk to them about?
Not the weather.
That motherfucker Tezin, am I right?
Do you want to try and get any information out of him or anything like that? Do you want to ask them anything?
What's their favourite type of mice to eat?
Whoa. That's very prejudiced.
Yeah.
That's
Damn.
They're an owl.
It doesn't mean they eat mice.
Sorry.
So
rats.
Adolin's racist.
Jeez.
You've never met bird people before.
Adolin is your intrusive thought.
Okay, this time I will use the telepathy and be like, do we need any information while I'm having a chat with these folks?
Squeak.
Has there been...
Very helpful, thank you. You're not in the telepathy.
Polly asks if you can check how many boats have come through in the last month.
Why?
Any boats?
No,
Or-
bloody cracking boats. Maybe.
So this is the last one. Has there been a lot of others passing through?
I mean, you should know, right?
Well, I was the last one. I don't know when they started headed out. They've been going for ages.
They'd look you up and down for a second. 10th one this month?
That's a lot.
Busy times. Busy times.
Yeah. Well, we get hundreds of boats through every month, so
I suppose, yeah. Evens out.
nobody notices, you see.
This person's a prick.
They're so corrupt.
Cool.
Do you want to ask them anything else? Or do you want
I'll
a
just
bit
make
of time?
some small talk for
Okay.
a while.
Small talk, okay.
We're not just going to stand there in awkward silence while we wait for a crate.
That's fair. You can see that they're not particularly talkative, but they will respond to questions and things that aren't
Just
too
anything
probing.
interesting happening in town? Is there a card tournament happening?
So you like gambling?
You would find out that they do not gamble.
Cool.
They're not interested in that. Okay, we will rotate
Yeah.
back to Adolin then.
That went well.
I think you're
Nailed it.
impeccably.
We have a box.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to, like, are they going to insist that you package him, or are they going to be like, do that later? Like, how are they going to get the body in the box without...
Yeah, don't do it in the middle of the
Ursula
floor.
just wakes
Yeah.
up and he's in a box and he's like, what happened?
Sorry, we buried you.
Can we get a smaller box for Clifford as well?
No,
or-
I did not show them the
I
ghost
know.
dog.
Okay, so you will have marked off 350 gold pieces as well
Mhm.
off of your
Yeah.
gold, either between you as a
No,
group.
I mean, Kai paid for it.
Well, you said you prepped the little baggie beforehand, so
Yeah.
you kind of
The
prepped
baggie.
the baggie.
I've got a count of how much we had on the boat
Yeah.
in the crates.
Cool.
So
Yeah, we haven't split that up yet, have we?
No.
No, cool, that's fine.
So you can just minus 350
Yeah.
from that
Yeah.
total if you want.
Totally.
That's fine. Or you can make Kai pay for it all. It's up to you lot.
I mean,
None.
the last version's funnier.
Mm-hmm.
It's funnier. It depends how much Kai wants to stab you in your sleep then. Okay.
That's
So
true.
we are
And
jumping.
I was very rude to you before I entered into that.
So there was a boring conversation going on in rooms 8, 9, 10, 11 about
One of them, yeah.
troop movements.
Yes.
I wonder would an insight check work here? Do either of the voices sound like the voice of a woman in a position of authority?
It could be really fucking rude and ask you, does Adolin know what that sounds like?
Well, I'll have you know that every NPC is voiced by Alex, so yes.
Indeed. Is this the sort of like closed door conversation between like a commander and her immediate subordinate, where like away from the troops they're just kind of like the two most senior officers just chatting?
Roll me an insight check.
Come on, 3 in a row, baby.
No,
to 19
very good.
for 25.
So this does sound like somebody is talking to a
Good.
subordinate. Yeah.
Mhm.
In terms of like knowing whether it's the commander, you've never heard the commander before,
No.
so I doubt you would be able to vocally recognise them.
Yeah.
But you can recognise that this is somebody handing orders out to somebody else.
Okay. No prisoner in here either. Let's get Adolin down to rooms 12 and 13.
12 and 13. Okay, so there's no doors to 12 and 13 on this level.
Oh.
Solid wall.
Solid wall.
Yeah.
Okay.
These are the officers' barracks.
Yeah.
It's limited access.
Wait, I'm confused.
Do you think we might be keeping a prisoner in the stables? That could be funny. Keep him with the griffins.
Or on the roof?
So we're on here.
Yeah.
13.
So,
I'm confused.
we're
How
on the
do
8
you...
to 14 map, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
So if 12 and 13 are inaccessible from this particular... Does that mean we have to go like up and then down, or down and then up?
Are we on
It's
like?
just roof.
Is this the highest level of the walls?
No, the walls have one more level. As does the flight stables.
Yeah. But above this is the upper level of the buildings within the fort.
Yes.
Yeah. That's weird.
Where would you keep a prisoner? Is the question, isn't it? We could release like all the flying mounts to like start an emergency.
It'd be really funny.
Um,
So, well, we haven't... I mean, you said that the captain's quarter, or the quarters of 12 and 13, like, we've not looked there. Just because we can't get in doesn't mean
Yeah.
that it's not worth checking.
Yeah.
If we can't get in, arguably it's better that we try.
Yeah. Do you think we might both like shin out a window up onto the roof,
Drop down. And,
drop down and in through a door or a window on the inside,
Yeah,
on the courtyard side?
yeah, I
One
think
shot.
that's an idea.
Sweet. Yeah, can we get up onto the roof of the officer barracks?
Okay. Yeah, so you need to go up one level. Do you want to do that internally in the barracks walls, or do you want to do the same on the fort walls, or do you want to do the same thing where you go out the window and look for a corresponding window and go up?
I think out and look for a corresponding window and go up
Okay.
again. On the left, north side of the building.
Left north side of the building. Okay, cool.
It's the furthest away from the tower, and I imagine it's like there's not an awful lot of guard attention directed that way, if I had to guess.
I think that's a
Logical.
fairly tactical and logical
Yeah.
decision making thing there.
Cool.
Yeah, I think again it takes you a couple of minutes to do this in terms of waiting for the guard rotations to pass away from you, so you've got the space to do this without noise, finding the correct corresponding windows that you can shimmy up and down,
Yep.
and then going for it.
Cool.
And then you can find yourself on the map that is the one that's only got 15 marked on it.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Are we basically like on the roof then?
So the ramparts are not open on this. The roof of these ramparts you can get onto and walk up and down, and those are open. And that's then level with the roof of the flight stables, which has a big hole in it.
Ah, okay, cool.
Which is 15.
Yes.
Right.
15 is the second floor of the flight stables.
Mhm.
Yes.
The third floor of the fort is the one that's open to air.
Yeah.
That you can walk around, but it's all
Mhm.
just
Right. So we're not on the level that's open to air yet.
no.
But looking out the interior windows,
You
we
can see down onto the roof of the officers' barracks. Yeah.
Cool. Are there like a lot of people milling around in the courtyard? Is this
no,
like a really busy fort?
no, it's quite quiet actually. You
Okay.
can see that there isn't anybody in the courtyard.
That seems weird.
Yeah. Hopefully it's because
work.
they're all just busy at work doing their job.
But you think you'd see people like walking between buildings or something at least?
Yeah.
Hmm.
What time of day is it?
Are they all at lunch?
Yeah.
I think it's quite early in the morning still.
Okay.
Hmm.
Maybe they're all
10 o'clock.
sleeping. Maybe
Yeah.
they're all in their quarters.
At 10 o'clock
It's true.
on a
They
weekday.
get a lie in.
Hmm.
It's good for morale.
Moving around the walls a little bit, do the inner buildings have doors and windows that face out into the courtyard?
Yes. Yeah, you can see the windows marked on the map actually.
Sweet.
The windows are on the other level, right?
Yeah, so they're not on
Yeah.
the roof level.
So they're
on-
below us.
I am struggling a little bit to keep up, but I'm getting it.
Okay. So we haven't tried rooms 12 and 13 yet, but there's also no way into them from here.
But windows.
But windows, yes. What do you think? Pick our way across the roof and then rope of climbing down and in through one of the windows?
I think so. Unless you want to have a look at the second floor of the stables because we're really close to it.
Yeah, what can we see in the if we go out onto the roof of the officer barracks,
Yeah.
can we see in the side of the flight stables?
Yeah, so the flight stables has a lot of open slots basically on the outside of it with the express idea, and you would have seen something very similar to this there's a lot of these in Pearlmire for flying mounts, where the mounts can just fly in at whatever level they want,
Yeah.
essentially.
And everybody's got find greater steed.
Quite a few of them have. There's a lot. The Knights of Ash is a big organisation. A lot of them are going to be high enough level to have find greater steed, so a lot of them are going to have flying mounts.
A giant ducat.
It's quite dark in there, so I'm not sure you could identify exactly.
I have dark vision.
That's nice.
I have blind sight.
I have. That you do. 60 feet of dark vision, which.
That's nice. You're currently in bright sunlight.
But I can see into the dark shadows of the.
It's not a dark vision.
I squint.
What is it? How does it work if not by seeing into the dark?
Because it's the contrast between the light and dark. In the same way you try and look into a shadowy building when you're in bright sunlight, you can't really see into it.
Nah, that's not part of the rules.
I
I
have
think.
never read that rule. It's like
don't
it's
think
like
that's the rules.
if
I
they were
don't
saying
care.
at watch everybody has disadvantage because if you've been staring at the fire and then you look at the dark forest around you, then you shouldn't be able to see anything because the contrast.
I think
is
you
too
have
heavy.
disadvantage, yeah.
I've never
not-
read that rule in my life.
I mean, then you get into dim light rules, and nobody uses dim light rules. do they?
Yeah.
Dim light rules are really confusing.
I like different rules. that I
Sorry,
am happy
sorry.
to deal with.
So I think you can see shapes moving around inside the flight stables, but
Okay.
identifying exactly what they are from this distance and the fact that they are moving between things and things like that is a
Right.
bit much for you right now.
Does it kind of look like animals?
Yeah, it does not look like people. It most definitely looks like
Okay.
four-legged winged creatures.
Cool.
Well, can we truly remember what Failure looked like that last time that we it took us 3 days to realize that Ursula was a dragonborn. So what if Failure has been a hippogriff?
He's
entirely?
yeah, or a Pegasus.
Or a Pegasus.
Lyra could have been a Pegasus.
They were both human. Also, I've been trying to think of any questions we might want to ask this Adolin guy. I can't think of any.
I think your first question was really good, and well segued into maybe something about
Valior was half elf, Lyra's human.
Cool.
Yeah.
any way to be like, is
Maybe have any of the other bloody krakens, that any other red merchants giving you trouble on the way through.
yeah, or even being like, how's Yorman doing?
Or as a commander.
Yeah, is she giving you trouble? This, that, and the next
Yeah.
thing. Just or maybe any kind of question that might lead to them dropping names, so we can be like, oh, another person we can't trust Excellent.
Or
Or you could even say, oh, we're gonna see, like, gesturing to the body or something, like, gonna see High Knight Gregwin because of that. Any advice? Because
you really want to drop some big names here, don't you?
well, just like anyone on our list, essentially. If this guy's a cleric of Torm, if he's a Knight of Ash, right? Then there's a possibility that he knows Gregwin. Knows Gregwin's in on it.
Maybe.
I don't know. We don't have any other Knights of Ash on our list.
No, I don't think we do.
I think, what was it, Avra? Light wielder? Cleric. It's a Arva.
She's
That's
a
one.
cleric in Pearlmire, so we could drop her name, I suppose.
Yeah. If you can get him to spill anything about the commander, like where she is, or if she's even in the fort. Today.
Or,
What
holy
have we
shit, why have we not thought about asking him where Falior is?
Oh, the dude that came up on, like the dude that came up on the last boat.
Yes.
Has he been moved on?
Yes.
Oh, good point. Yeah.
Because then
Why
you
did we
could
do
just
that?
tell Adolin. What were we thinking? Holy shit. I'm so glad I
None
found
of
that
us are smart.
now and not in 4 hours. That, yeah, do that.
Hey, the dude that came in on the last boat.
Did he give
You
you
m-
much trouble? What
Did he-
happened to him?
Yes. Well done. Inspiration.
Well done for thinking.
I mean, I take it.
You get the advantage by remembering to like do an interesting and useful thing, not by just immediately gaining inspiration on top of remembering to do a useful thing.
So that means that if Isla does the thing, they can get advantage?
I want to give out inspiration for creative play, not remembering to ask the right questions. Sorry.
Fair enough.
Okay.
I would think that down to Kai. Like, can you just ask this guy?
As for Father.
Just, well, you know.
We're really struggling.
Be cool with it.
Is he a
Where
hit figure?
are you heading now, Adolin? You're on the roof of the
Officer barracks.
Officer barracks.
I think. I think shin down the rope between 10 and the staircase.
And then bump into the
Uh,
window if
ha-
it's open.
Have a
Are
listen.
any of those 3 open as well? Like, that's worth asking.
Yeah. Well, I thought about trying to get a look in the windows there.
Oh, that's a good
As well?
idea. Yeah, and like you say, have a listen. That's a
Yeah. Like, we're invisible, which is good.
That's true.
But yeah, like maybe get a look in the windows of 10 and 11 and back in at the landing below. If we shin down the rope here, can we see anything in here?
When you say here, what are we referring to?
Somewhere down the gap between 10 and 11 and that building there. So the gap between the two buildings.
The gap between the two buildings. Okay, so you can obviously see that there's a corridor.
Yep.
In the officers' barracks.
Yep.
And I think from that kind of angle, you'd be able to see that the window on the south side of the officer barracks building,
Yeah.
the uppermost window, so the easterly-most window, is
Yeah.
open.
Oh,
the one
awesome.
that leads into the
Yay.
corridor. That
Yes.
window is open.
Excellent.
The one right next to you is not, unfortunately.
The one right
Um,
next to me.
Yes, the
Wait, so
Across the way?
that one is closed.
Yeah.
That one is open.
gotcha.
Peering into rooms 10 and 11, you would see 11 is a very empty looking office. It looks like it's not currently in use. You can see there's a desk, chair, rug, and an empty bookcase. So it looks very much to you like it's out of use.
Okay.
10 looks like an in-use office, and you can see that there is a human sat behind the desk, facing away from you.
Convenient.
The window is open
Ooh.
into 10, and you can see that there is somebody writing at the desk.
What do they look like from behind?
They have got dark black hair. They're human, so rounded ears.
Yeah.
They appear to be wearing a white tunic. They're not wearing armour currently.
Okay.
Standard issue black military trousers, the boots, that kind of thing.
Okay.
What are you looking for?
Could this be the commander? Is the figure kind of female
Do they
looking
have
from
good
behind?
posture?
Male.
Male.
Okay.
They have excellent posture. They have military precision posture.
Okay. Any holy symbols?
Not that you can see from this side.
They don't have symbols of Torm just all over their shirt.
I know, just like emblazoned here, a bit like, I follow Tom!
A
Like,
tattoo.
tattooed across the back of their
Yeah.
neck. I think just just a scribe. We'll just leave him be. Should we
Okay.
try for that window?
Yes, let's.
Cool.
You just shimmy round to that window?
Yeah, back up onto the roof, over to the kind of courtyard side of the building, and down and.
How can I just Tarzan across?
Oh, with
Ah!
Yeah, he has a scream as well. That's part of the rule.
the just blow cover completely. We'll be discreet.
Squeak.
Yeah.
Fine.
And shimmy down to that window. Can I get an athletics check to get you to shimmy down the window and get in through the open window?
Yeah, sure. Can I use the knotted rope again?
Yes, so you can have advantage again, please.
That is 18.
18? Okay, 18's enough, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's not easy to do these things, but with the rope and your own general strength, I think you're doing fine.
Smashing.
So you are now in that short corridor space. You can see that there's a staircase leading down the way.
Yep.
And there are 2 doors off of this corridor.
Shall we listen again?
Yes.
Let's listen.
Which listen? Which door?
Which listen?
Which listen?
Can we stand outside 12 and 13 and just listen?
Yeah, if you like. And split your focus between the two. Or do you
Unless
want to go
we-
up to a keyhole?
We listen to one each and then we swap and we listen to the other.
If you leave his pocket, you cannot find him.
That's not true. I'm the side.
Hindsight.
Oh my god, you have blindsight.
I'm really enjoying these reactions because it's the same every single time. Oh my god, you're blind.
I am consistently forgetful. Okay, so is somebody taking one door and somebody taking the other door?
That's silly. We should just do both the one door and then both the other door.
Yeah.
Should we start with 12?
Yeah.
12.
Okay, roll. Perception, I should have specified, but
Yeah.
Just roll.
Just roll. What's your D20? What's your perception roll?
18.
18?
11.
11. Okay.
You have
think you
advantage
have
on all of
I
these.
rolled a 5 and a 7.
I think being a bat is really discombobulating for you. Like, just the way that the sounds are like
I
echoing
think
off
this
of
is the
walls.
second time ever that Polly's wild. The
Oh.
last time she was a shark and she immediately got eaten.
You did become a little like centipede snake thing
Oh,
and sit
that's
and
right.
listen.
I forgot. That was very chill. I
Yeah.
enjoyed
That
that.
was very chill. Yeah.
Okay, I've got my
Maybe you
bag.
just need to only be insects.
That's true. Maybe.
What does an 18 get us?
At
12.
door number 12, you can't really hear anything inside of here. Not in terms of it's not possible to hear inside, but in terms of there doesn't appear to be any sounds coming from inside.
If I look through the keyhole? Is there a keyhole to look through?
There is, yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, taking a bit of time to there doesn't appear to be anybody in here. It looks like a bedroom.
Oh, okay.
A nice bedroom?
Yes.
Oh.
Fancy bedroom.
Maybe the commander's bedroom.
Maybe.
Should we try room 13?
Yes.
Okay. Perception again?
This
It's
is it.
these.
This is the one.
This is the one.
I'm rolling a d12.
This is not the one.
There's your problem.
Hey!
Thank goodness.
I got a 23.
12.
Well. Okay, I think on.
We really balance each other out here.
Okay, bearing in mind you cannot pass the specifics of this to
That's fine.
Adolin.
Mm.
But you, well, the 23, which is a damn good roll,
Yay.
think you would be able to hear like snoring from this room.
Ooh.
So like the sounds of somebody asleep in this room.
Interesting.
Peeking through the keyhole?
Peeking through the keyhole, you can see another very fancy room. Bedroom.
A fancier bedroom?
Fancier. Bigger.
A bigger, fancier bedroom.
Ooh.
This is where Helen is.
Lyra.
How about
Helen's
you
dead.
Whose head?
Can I stick my little head through?
So she is.
Through the keyhole. No, it's not that big. One of you two murdered Helen.
Oh yeah, she's dead. That's
Helen's
true.
dead.
Hmm.
I just have them written next to each other on my list of people.
Still no prisoner, but we might find the commander.
What do you want to do?
Can I see the
Can
commander
I ask
through
the
the
Adolin
keyhole?
guy?
Just want to try one last thing.
Okay.
We'll do that, and then I'll flick to you.
Okay.
Um,
Just like a toe.
I think you can definitely see that there is a shape in the bed, and like under the covers kind of thing. I think identifying it as a person, identifying it as a specific person would be beyond your capability, because the bed is basically backed up against the other wall, so it's kind of like round the corner to you, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I don't think you can do much more than that.
Okay. So they wouldn't count as like being able to see them for the purposes of targeting them with features.
Oh, does a duvet provide cover?
It says clothing.
Does a
provides
duvet cover?
No, because
Provide
they're
cover.
wearing it, so that doesn't count. But you don't wear a duvet.
Speak for yourself.
I don't know what you do with your duvet.
I put them around my head like a little babushka.
It's called a
I'm gonna
duvet
say no. I'm gonna say no.
That's fair. Okay. Cool.
And then I'm gonna flick to
Yes.
Cool. So we're here. We're chatting.
Alan's
We've established that there have been 10 boats and they don't like gambling.
Yes.
Cool.
Krasak does not like gambling.
Important info.
They are bored.
I'm loving the body language.
It helps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I dropped my pen. So, the last guy that was coming through, you're not getting any trouble from anyone?
No, they're all usually well prepared.
And how do I used to ask if they left someone here?
Get special delivery.
No.
Take a breath.
Why does that sound like an innuendo?
I like that means
Totally
you've
does.
got a little bit of a safe space, because if he's like, what are you talking about, you can be like, I'm just starting with you.
Yes.
You're just really tall. I love tall people.
I love your plumage and feathers. And,
Your plumage is magnificent.
you know, there are snowy owls on my island.
Go
back
on,
home.
guy. Flirt with the owlet. Use your charismatic ways to get what you want.
Change of plans. Fuck the owl bear.
No.
Be like, no, no,
There are
no.
other people here.
Well, that's the
One
issue.
reason.
Be like, no, 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 not one of my guys, but one, you know, the guy that they brought through.
How about the guy though?
What guy?
No guy?
What guy?
Cargo?
Might have been cargo? I thought there was a guy.
We don't check your crates. It's part of the deal. Have you lost someone?
No, just somebody. Before we all left, somebody said there was stuff being left here, but they might have meant Pearlmire. There's no stuff here, so there's no stuff here.
No, we don't take any of your stuff. Can't hold it here.
Is the guy with the crate here yet?
Not yet, no.
God, how far away is it? Cool, I will telepathy to them like, I just don't think he's here.
Oh god.
Like, he's still on a boat somewhere.
Okay.
Did they
Without
throw
any
him
delivery.
overboard?
Okay.
We just sailed past him.
I think we would have noticed. People float.
Oh god. Yeah. Do you want to just like get through the checkpoint then and like leave it? It's fine.
I guess. I mean,
Yeah.
he seems on a DL, right? This guy, he's not like, he seems mostly bored from Alex's kind of performance.
Yes.
So I don't think that
he
he's being
seems
like
bored.
super deceptive.
Yeah.
He
Not getting.
doesn't care about
Yeah.
what's happening. He just wants you out because
Yeah.
you're not meant to be there, essentially.
Uh-huh.
See, from our position on the roof, can we see, like, is there a line of sight through to the river checkpoint?
To the river checkpoint, no.
No. Okay. So we don't know how. Well, we've got the kind of telepathic feed. That's how you're getting on. Yeah. Cool.
Okay, do you have any other questions, or you want to leave the awkward chat there?
I think I'm done.
Okay,
Are you sure
cool.
you don't want to try throwing with him?
No.
I think this could be a real match.
I'm good.
Okay.
Okay,
You're lost.
so where are we? Here. Adolin, you are currently in the hallway of the officer barracks.
Are you just headed back now?
Do you want to try and get into the
I sure wanted some paper.
paperwork room?
Oh yeah.
I
What was it?
technically have got a polymark to burn.
What
Or
was
not
the
polymorph,
paperwork he
but-
was wanting? Was it specific or just have a look
He
and see what they've
wanted
got?
the records of the ships that were passing through to see if he can get some more details about the body records.
Lovely.
And you just told us that they told you that it was like 10 ships this month, was it?
Yes.
So we'd want shipping records going back a month. I mean, does that cover what Ursula wanted? Like 10 ships in the last month? Because these guys don't know anything.
Yeah, it's not going to be real paperwork. So just, there have been 10 ships. They're not going to have anybody's real names. They're not going to have any real cargo on it.
You've learned that this guy, the deal is that they never actually check the cargo.
Yeah, they don't check the cargo. We have the name of the sergeant.
Yeah.
I have forgotten to write it down.
Krasak.
That was it.
I mean, if we could get anything on Lyra, that would be pretty handy.
Yeah, to like sneak into their, I don't know, steal some of their shit. Or kill them.
Or
kill them.
Yeah.
But
Do you want to kill Lyra in her sleep?
I mean, that's kind of dishonorable.
How big a gap of the threshold is there under the door?
So the doors in the officer barracks are very well maintained, so there's not much of a gap.
Not even enough for a bat to commando crawl through. 5 feet per round.
No.
Squeeze under the door.
It's so cute. It's so cute. I don't think Folly's been cured.
So cute.
What do you want to do?
Again, you're calling the shots more than anything else.
Yeah, but like, I'm not sure what more there is to learn here. Then, I mean, we can always like.
We can leave.
You can
We can just leave.
We don't need to stay here.
We could also we could start trouble and like
We
steal a
could
bunch of
cause
shit.
some real shit. We could let the hippogriffs loose.
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't. Also, it feels like they just do their own shit, so it's
Yeah.
not like they're kind of caught at the moment and didn't want to have been free.
Yeah, I think we'd rather just get through unseen and
Yeah.
like get on the way.
Cause as little, draw as little attention to ourselves as possible.
Yeah.
Yep, I guess so.
Okay.
So how about we take the rope of climbing and just like vamoose
Meet upriver.
meet
Yeah,
upriver a little
that's
bit,
right,
yeah. Or even just like meet in the town. Like you pull through the checkpoint, moor up somewhere, but and we meet in the inn for a pint.
Right.
We
can go to the card game.
Yeah.
How long does disguise self last for?
An hour.
An hour.
How long
I
has
don't
it
think
been?
we've been there an hour.
You haven't been an hour yet.
How long?
I think you're coming up to about 40 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. That's fine. One thought that I have that I'm not able to communicate, so Adolin, again, you get to decide. If we went down to the kind of cleric-y kind of thing,
The kind of
not cleric as in the kind of class rather, but the cleric as in like the clerical stuff.
oh yeah.
Like, and maybe we could get a peek, like if we managed to like get the door open enough to slip in and look over some shoulders and then leave again. But like that is an option, but it's not a mandatory one, certainly.
I think it'd be useful to get a look, certainly. Maybe there'll be something out in the open that we can just get a look at. I mean, it sounds like a pretty busy room. But I don't know, maybe you can like start a fire somewhere. But yeah, I mean, like, do you want to just like wait outside the door and?
There was room number 2.
Yes.
It's quite a big room, so for 7 people, even like you'd have space. It's not like it's so cramped that you're just gonna trip over somebody whilst invisible. Yeah, we could call the distraction. You could literally just like knock on the door. Or just like cause a clang, like have a window bang shut or open or something. Actually, one of the
That's
windows
not a bad
might
idea.
actually be open, so we could maybe
just like flick the latch and just let it slam closed. Wait
Yeah.
for somebody to come out and check
If
on
it's
it.
open, we could literally just get in that way. Conceivably.
Oh yeah, if we drop down to the courtyard, we could see if there's any. Oh yeah, and the courtyard's empty.
Yeah,
So
apparently so. And we've not really looked at the courtyard proper.
should we scurry onto the roof of the office block
Sure.
and then drop down to the courtyard level?
Sure.
Since we've used like 2/3 of the time for the invisibility and the disguise self, whenever the guy comes with the crate, just gonna go.
Yeah, okay.
No,
Yeah.
not hanging about waiting for them
Yeah.
to come back.
That's
Okay,
fine.
That's fair.
We tell you like we'll not push it.
Yeah.
We'll
We'll just meet you upriver.
Yep.
Into
Upriver,
town
okay.
somewhere.
Mhm.
We can work it out.
Sounds good.
How long does your telepathy last? as well? Does it have a time limit?
Let me,
Forever.
it's got a range of 120 feet,
Mm-hmm.
and that is all it says.
Okay, cool.
Whoa.
So I think once they pass out of 120 feet, you'll lose contact
Yeah.
with them. But
Mhm.
that'll be out with the bounds of the fort. So we're
Cool.
dropping onto the roof of the fort offices.
Yeah, so we'll sneak back out of the corridor of the barracks, go back up onto the roof, over to the roof of the. Actually, no, just out of the window and down to the courtyard ground, I think.
Yeah.
I wondered if you'd think of that.
Love it after. Sometimes Adolin just wants to be cool. And he is, always.
It's like the Assassin's Creed. No, I just want to get to this bit. Why is it grabbing everything but the bit I want?
Yeah. Mhm. Down. I want to go down. Down.
Stop climbing up the wall.
Yes. Yes, we go down
Okay.
and get a look in the
Just
windows of. Yeah. And walk and look in the windows of room 2.
Okay, so looking into the rooms of into the window of room 2, you can see that the window, looking at the wall that is the western wall of room 2.
The kind of the longer wall.
Yeah, it's got 2 windows and the door in the middle.
Yes.
The window on the left-hand side of the door is open.
Cool.
But you can look through either of them.
Yes.
Any of them. So looking through those windows, you can see that there is a guard posted up beside the door that's like just leaning against the wall, bored, obviously just on guard duty.
Yep. Inside the room.
Inside the room. And you can see that there are...
Between 4 and 7. Or in this case, between 3 and 6. Because we've seen one of them.
Yes. This is a busy room with 5 different clerk desks arranged in it, each with a clerk sat behind the desk filling out paperwork and writing. Beside the door in from the courtyard there is a guard stood very bored watching them work. On one of the desks there is a small red pseudo-dragon who is help keeping a wax burner going so that there is a steady supply of melted wax that can be applied for stamps.
Pseudo dragons, I
Very
think, have
Discworld.
one, so I can't remember what the range is, but that's a worthwhile thing to keep in mind.
I'm doing my best to keep hidden, so. Yeah, okay.
I might be lying.
Maybe it's. Well.
Can you do
potentially.
a something check to see if you remember?
Yep, can I?
Yes, but if you get the check, you still can't communicate it
That's
to
fine.
Adolin. Yeah, okay.
I'm just curious for a reason.
You can make me a nature check.
Nature?
Yes.
Nope, not advantage.
Can I, from the windows, make out anything on any of the.
Rosie
Like
doesn't
on the
know.
nearest desk, for example? Yeah, paperwork.
What did you get?
6.
6. Nah,
Do
you
not.
don't know.
I
You've
don't
never
know.
come across a
Looks like a tiny dragon.
tiny dragon
Oh.
before.
Tiny dragon.
So one of the desk that is nearest the window is the stamping desk that's got the little pseudo dragon curled up on it,
Oh.
kind of thing.
Okay.
It appears that this clerk's entire job is to seal envelopes. So takes letters, scrolls, things like that, rolls them up, tightens them up, applies a wax stamp, puts them into boxes to be shipped off to different parts.
Okay.
What a really fulfilling job.
It's a necessary job. Of the other 4 desks, can you roll me a perception check?
Perceive.
18.
18, okay. Glancing around the other desks, you can see that one of them is dealing with like letters of correspondence, but is mostly dealing with them in terms of they obviously get their post in like one big block, and then it gets divided out into this is Commander Yorman's, this is somebody else's, and gets divided into piles that can then be like pushed up to the right offices, kind of thing.
Yep.
One of the clerks is working on what looks like to be some kind of rota,
Okay.
and I think the other 2 might be a bit too far away for you to really discern what they're working on.
Fair enough.
But it looks like just generic paperwork.
Oh man, so much paperwork. Is anybody coming or going from the
Generic.
small room at the back? Number 1.
Not currently.
Is the door closed? No. What does it look like in there? Mailroom?
It looks like a really dark room. It's 26, you said?
What are you thinking?
I guess.
20.
probably
Sorry, the
more
stealth was
pseudo
26.
dragon.
This perception check was 18.
18.
I know.
It looks quite a dark, stuffy room that's got like wall-to-ceiling shelves in it.
Okay. Does dark vision give me anymore.
I think with an 18 and the fact that you're not directly looking into the room, things like that, you can see that it's cram-packed full of paperwork in terms of like scrolls, books.
I mean, could I look directly into the room if I sidled along to the other window? The one directly opposite the door.
The one that's open.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see a bit more from that window, I think.
Cool. Not that I think they keep a prisoner in an open room beside an office, but it'd be interesting to see what's in there.
There's definitely no prisoners in there.
Okay.
Cool.
But it looks like a 15-foot square room that's stuffy and packed full of shelves with dusty scrolls crammed into the nooks near the top and more recent files at the bottom. And you can see that by the door there is a desk there on the right-hand side of the door, following that southern wall. There's a desk with ink, blank paper, stamps, quills, and a large ledger.
I love a good ledger.
So tempting.
Very tempting. A ledger. That's caught my attention.
I know.
It has fuck all in it.
So the guard is beside. I can't believe I'm considering this now. The guard's beside the door from the courtyard.
Yes.
And is there anybody between me and the room? Between me and the little room?
No. So you have to skirt the edge of one of the cleric desks. Clerk desks.
Clerk desks.
But you wouldn't have to directly like pass around someone, if that makes sense. Just sort of like hip yourself around the desk.
Okay.
Makes sense.
There's a big ledger in this cupboard. Twitch twice if you think I should go for it, and once if you think I shouldn't.
How low are you whispering?
I back away from them, just letting.
I have keen hearing, so like.
Yeah.
I like to test these things.
The keen senses of a bat.
It's true. It's true.
Mm.
I mean, I have absolutely no frame of reference for what your plan is for going for this, but I
Just
have.
walk in and take it, basically. Nobody's looking at it.
But Polly doesn't know that that's your
That's a
plan,
good point,
so
that's a good point.
she's gonna just twitch twice because she thinks it's gonna be brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, yeah, I'm going to.
Ledger.
Huh?
Get the ledger.
Get the ledger.
You go for the ledger?
Yes.
This is
Well,
gonna be
can I
really
get a stealth
weird.
check to
It's
get you
gonna
through
be
the window,
like
please?
a
Yeah,
weird
even through the window.
of, like it's
Sneak
moving
across the
and
room,
it's gone,
grab the ledger.
you know?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I'm so stressed.
Still get advantage from being invisible?
Yep.
Still go past without trace?
Yep.
Oh, that was groovy on this.
Can I somehow use the health action?
No.
Nice.
I don't know.
34.
34. Okay.
I forgot.
Hmm?
Yeah, sorry. That's
Okay.
what's up.
I think you do, taking a bit of time to sort of slowly ease yourself down and plopping yourself down onto the wooden floor of this room. Nothing seems amiss. Nobody really looks round at you or anything like that. The pseudo dragon's still like mostly asleep. It
Excellent.
occasionally snorts a bit of fire into the wax melter to keep
What
it going.
a great job.
Mm.
Very good.
Do I see any tripwires? Not that I think there's tripwires in the office, but it pays to be alert.
You want to look for traps?
Please.
Roll investigation or perception for me.
Investigation, that is.
There's probably nothing, but you do still have your bardic.
You do not.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
not
it's been
anymore,
wiped.
That's one.
Good point.
That's a good point. Shame.
What would it have
9.
rolled? Let's find out.
2.
Well, there
That's
you go.
alright.
Just a 9.
Just a 9. Doesn't appear to be any traps.
Okay. I'm gonna cautiously step across the floor into the little office.
Okay.
And have a look at the ledger.
Okay.
Does it have a title on it?
So these appear to be the fort records,
Yes!
This is exactly what
Yes!
God damn it.
which details all about the ships passing through Greyfort at any point in time. This is a year's worth of records
Oh, that's a lot.
tucked into this ledger.
That's a lot.
So the ledger is split up into the following columns of company, ships, cargo, fines, clearing officer, and you can find detail for hundreds of ships in this.
We're taking the book.
You want to take the
We're
book?
taking the fucking book.
Okay.
I guess I've got a satchel or something that I can.
Back.
Yeah. Take book, pop in satchel, looking around, make sure nobody's watching me.
Timing exactly right, yeah.
Wait till Pseudo Dragon goes, to like light the burner and just put it.
Yeah. Okay, it's quite heavy, but I think
Clever.
you are taking your time. You are running quite close to the end of your invisibility here, but
Yes.
taking a little bit of time just to make sure that that book is slowly, carefully, and quietly put away and does not cross your back friend.
Yeah. Yeah, different pocket.
And I think this is more than enough time for the crate to have been delivered to yourself.
Where was this coming from? Other end of town?
They are not used to providing crates for folk passing through. Any goods that are seized here don't actually get like seized in this point. They just seize the boat here and then take it elsewhere to unpack it. So they don't usually have crates here.
Still, fine.
But yeah, you would be given an empty crate, and the sergeant would look at you. All right,
Right.
pack that up before you get to Pearlmire.
Yeah, pleasure doing business.
Mm.
Leave. Before the end of this hour.
I thought you were just telling him to get out.
Get off my boat!
Sergeant, leave now.
But yeah, he'd give the all clear. They'd give the all clear to the folks manning the chains, and the chain would be dropped, and the boat would be allowed through.
And hopefully we're out of obvious eye line before the spell drops.
I think you've got a bit of time to get far enough down the
Good.
river. Do you want to try and dock in at the town? Is that what you're trying to do, or are you trying to go further on?
Since the spells are dropping and stuff a little bit further on.
A bit further on.
Just so nobody sees.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
We can come back if we want to come back.
Yeah.
I'd say we don't fuck around. Now we've got the book and just get out.
Yeah.
You want to go back out the window?
Yeah, back out the window of the office and then rope of climbing just straight up onto the roof.
How long is the rope climbing?
50 feet.
50 feet.
50 feet when nodded.
Okay.
Is the roof empty?
The roof?
Yeah.
The roof of the office building?
Yeah. Like, sorry, like that top rampart area. There's no.
You haven't looked yet. You haven't been up to the ramparts yet.
I thought you started on the
I
ramparts.
swear that we've been up to the ramparts.
Not to the very, very top.
No.
We've been on kind of like
Okay.
inner levels of it, I think.
Yeah, so you went up to the second level. You went up to the third level of the fort, which is still an internal
Right.
passage in the walls. I went out one of those windows onto the roof of the office buildings,
Okay.
and then shimmied onto the second floor of the officer barracks.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But you haven't been up onto the ramparts yet.
I see.
You've been onto the river level ramparts, which then connects to the ground floor of the fort.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
That's maybe what I was thinking of.
Okay.
Very good. Just because, and I'm sure that you would be able to intuit this if it hadn't already been communicated clearly. The water rock, I think we had 50 minutes on it. So if we might still have it, but if you're not sure, then
Don't drown.
I'm happy to come back out briefly to cast it again and then go back into wild shape, or just don't go in the water.
I think the quickest way out is to go up and over the wall.
Yeah.
And just
I
rope
know,
of climbing
sorry.
up and straight down.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
You want to do that?
Yeah, keep an eye out for patrolling guards on the top of the ramparts, and then just, rope climbing straight down the other side, and try and get a good distance away from the fort before visibility breaks.
Can I get a final stealth check then?
Certainly. 24.
24. Okay, and can I get one last athletics check with advantage on the rope?
20. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20, okay.
Same roll. Same.
Miraculously, none of the guards have noticed you throughout all of this escapade.
You're going very well.
You're going very
Nailed
well.
it.
And I think with that, you are more than capable of getting yourself up onto the ramparts, and you can see, once again, there are two sets of guards going around in circles here.
Yep.
So that's onto the tippity top.
That's on the tippity top.
Mm.
You wait for a nice gap in them, and hoof your way over to the other side of the ramparts, and down the ramparts, and you're now on the eastern side of the fort, on the grass.
We are so good at this.
We're utter pros. This is, I just think we could have been even better if Adolin had been the face. And you had done all this stuff.
You know, me with my +2 stealth.
All that
Amazing.
athletics that we need to do.
Mm.
Yeah,
Cool. I think, we just, as Kai starts to like go out telepathy earshot, we're like, we're coming, we'll catch up.
Yeah, so you want to just sort of weave your way through the trees on the top of the cliff face,
I am fully out of Adolin's pocket and just making my own way at the moment.
Like, bye!
Getting used to flying. Being like, so this is what my beam's like.
Stretch your wings a bit.
How long are you with that for?
4 hours.
Wow.
You got time.
I had time.
Okay, so I think getting
Lyra's
up.
still on the boat.
Lyra's been overboard this entire time. It was her sleeping in that bed.
Getting up river a bit, things would start to pop. So you'd see the disguise self pop on yourself, but you are past the town at this point.
Lovely.
The feigned deaths would start to pop, and you'd see Ursho and Clifford start to move and get themselves out from underneath the awning, and you'd see Lyra pop back into existence
good.
on the boat.
Would an hour of awkward small talk be a short rest?
I love that. You just
I don't
sitting.
think so.
I
I think
really-
it's too tense for that.
Fair. I really like the idea that you were sitting, just kind of having small talk, both on a crate, and it's just like nobody mentioned that you had that spare crate. You're like, this is our seat crate. Our show and
Yeah, it's far too small for a whole body. Okay.
Okay.
We did it.
And I don't think it's difficult for you to catch up with Kai. It might take you a bit of time, like half an hour or so, to catch up to where the boat's moored. Far enough out of town so it's not an issue.
A bat flies and lands on Kai's shoulder.
And an Adolin abseils down the
It's
cliff.
not Polly, it's just another bat.
And then Polly shows up on the deck, yes.
Just like just rope darts
You
into like
predicted my joke.
a tree at the edge of the cliff, and then just repels down it.
Awesome.
Your rope dart is not far enough to get you to the bottom of this cliff.
No, 20 feet.
It's 30 feet tall.
Then I rope of climbing.
Okay, your rope of athletics.
It never
check,
gets old.
please. See if you fall off the cliff at the
Double
last
that
minute.
one.
No, 19.
Yeah, okay, well,
27.
We're all good.
It would have
Adolin
been quite
expertly abseils down the side of the cliff and
He's had lots of
rejoins
practice.
you on the boat.
This rope of climbing is really fun.
Nice.
Your harpoon's gonna get jealous.
Oh, it might. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay. I just don't love you.
Can Lyra, Ursho, and Kai be playing Scabby Queen for half an hour?
Yes.
We're
Yeah.
friends now. We're friends.
Lyra would have given you a trident back at the first
Oh, yes,
opportunity.
good, thank you.
But wherever you're playing Scabby Queen, and wait until the end of the round to get this big ledger, and then just down in front of Arsha.
Cards everywhere.
No, wait until the table's clear.
Okay.
That's fair kind of you.
Yeah, we're playing on our new crate.
This is shiny new crate that you guys have got.
Free crate. I spent 350 gold, but
Free crate.
We got
Free
this crate.
and a writ of passage.
Yes.
Mm,
yes,
indeed.
amazing.
I guess would you have been catching Ursho up on everything once you woke up?
Yes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
He would be very confused and maybe a bit groggy, I think, and quite bad at Scabby Cream because of that. And Clifford is demanding head scritches.
Did he not
So
like being dead?
He did not like being dead.
So needy.
Oh, poor thing. Oh wow. But look, ledger. Record of every transport through that fort from last year.
Right.
What's the most recent entry in it? Does it go up to today
yeah,
or like the day
what's
before?
Yesterday, yeah. So today's entries haven't been entered into it yet.
Makes sense.
Cool.
So that you get the impression they probably take handwritten logs
Hmm.
at the check and then it gets transferred into the book the next day.
It was the Red Merchant.
Merchants, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to look through for references to the Red Merchants?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
We'll just pour over the book. and-
Yeah. Can I get an intelligence check from whoever is doing that, and they can do it with advantage, please?
Would investigation count?
I want a straight intelligence check, please.
I am not smart.
I have +2. Really?
Really, really. Plus
Okay.
0.
Oh wow.
How's Clifford doing?
I can't read.
Should Ursho take the lead?
19.
19. Okay, 19.
I rolled a
is more.
17 and a 2.
And a 2. Okay. So yeah, you can see that there's
I'm
a
so
lot of
good at
entries
reading
for the
now.
Red Merchants dating back for the last 3 months, but there doesn't appear to be anything before then
Hmm.
under the heading of the Red Merchants. You can
Okay.
see that approximately 30 boats have been moved
Wow, what a
through
liar
the
that
fort
guy was.
onto
Well,
Pearlmire.
10 boats a month for 3 months is 30
Oh,
boats.
that's right. That does make sense. Sorry, my wrath is not with me today.
And you can see that the logs state that they move upriver with cargo and they move downriver without cargo.
Mm.
Okay.
Where the goods are always referred to as feed, like animal feed.
Mhm.
And you can see that the ships always go through one at a time, so there's never more than one ship moving through the checkpoint at any one time, and it's very rarely that there's multiple a week.
Right.
They try and spread them out as much as possible.
Mhm.
And you can see that the same 4 names are always attached to the clearing officer section.
Krasat being one of them.
Sergeant Crassat, yep.
Mm-hmm.
You've got Sergeant Major Magnus Whitfoot.
Sorry, Magnus.
Magnus Whitfoot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Sergeant Bracken Bitterhorn.
Bracken Bitterhorn.
And Lieutenant Amon Ranigu.
Go need that in writing.
AMMUN
Yep.
RANIGU.
Cool.
Who do we have?
4 names.
I didn't write
Sergeant,
quickly enough.
Sergeant Krasat, the owl, Adolin,
Owlin,
Sergeant Major Magnus. Yeah, go on.
if you can read his handwriting.
Yeah.
How dare you.
Sergeant.
Very do.
Was the penultimate one also a sergeant?
The last one was Lieutenant.
Penultimate.
Penultimate was Sergeant, yes.
Mm.
You got Sergeant, Sergeant Major, Sergeant, Lieutenant.
Mm.
Oh, Sergeant Major.
Mm. Very good. The list grows.
Is Sergeant Major higher or lower than Sergeant?
Higher.
Okay. Are there any like little footnotes in the book? Any like additional little scribblings from
Doodles.
like additional notes?
No, it's like akin to an Excel worksheet or a spreadsheet.
Ah, okay.
That's what all the typing was that you could hear.
Ah.
And scritching, yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, good to know which of the officers in that fort are corrupt.
Yeah, we've got quite a list going.
I'd sneak back in the night and murder them all.
I thought you didn't want to kill them in their sleep.
No.
Just wake them up and be like, hey,
Hey,
how did I?
This is now a fair fight.
Oh my god, I want to play a lawful good character like that so bad. So bad.
I've started a fair fight. Die.
A rogue who every time they sneak attack and the instant before it just goes, hello there.
Sneak attack.
Tap you on the shoulder before stabbing you in the gut.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
Awesome. So you are currently a bit further east of Greyfort and
Cool.
the town. What would you like to do?
Mm.
Oh my goodness.
Um,
We never planned this far.
No.
No, really
Didn't
did
think-
not expect it to go that well.
Yeah.
It was so seamless, except we didn't find Valior.
Yeah.
He's almost definitely still on the other boat, so should we just...
Speed up.
Yeah.
Just head up to Pearlmire.
How many days more is it till Pearlmire?
And it's another 5 days by riverboat.
Okay.
Mm.
And it's riverboat. You said that
Presumably
there's
there
like
isn't a faster way.
there are like,
The road is slower, so no,
Cool.
not unless you can
Mm.
teleport.
there are like pulleys, right? That are what are making us move, or is that no? That was when we were underground, and now it's a sail.
You've got a sail and oars. Yeah.
Mm.
I wonder if I have windy spells.
Some windy smells.
So many spells. Does getting the writ of passage
Mhm.
indicate that whilst they might be able to, you know, the corrupt guards and that who run Greyfort have control of that process, the writ might be because they don't have full control of the Pearlmire customs,
It seems that way.
and you need actual legitimate paperwork to get in.
Maybe.
Could I skill check my knowledge of procedures and customs and cults and organizations?
Yep.
Conspiracies, that's what I'm looking for.
What skill is
What
Cersei?
the hell are you
don't
trying?
know. Probably intelligence.
Okay. How do you think Alan would have this knowledge?
I think he'd just be trying to work it out on, like, we've been given legitimate paperwork,
Yes.
which means that we can probably just rock up to Pearlmire, and use this paperwork to get in. I don't think we need to worry about being caught at customs there. We can probably just sail right into the city. If we fill out the paperwork and do it.
With the real names?
You wouldn't want to use your real name, would you?
No.
No. I mean, Adolin might, because, you know, he's going home, sort of, to Pearlmire. Maybe having a night of Ash on board might legitimately help get them into Pearlmire. But for, like, captain's name, yeah. Make up something cool.
Cool. We'll make up a cool name for the captain.
Okay. You can let me know when you think of it. You got 5 days.
Yeah, does anyone want to hang around in Greyfort, or should we just busk it up to Pearlmire? And try and pick up the trail there? See where Valior might have gone, where the relics might have gone?
Yeah, I think just heading on. Did you want to do anything in Greyfort?
Not really, no. It briefly crossed my mind that if there was a place that they confiscated, like, goods, maybe that'd be a worthwhile place. Like, if places were offloaded rather than, like, if... How did they phrase it? Like, ships were seized and then they were sailed down a bit and then they were offloaded later on. It crossed my mind that maybe that's where Valior went, but I think it is more likely that they went to Pearlmire. If we want to get there faster, I've got Gust, which is going to do literally nothing. But I have Warding Wind, and I also have what's the other one called? I forget. I literally just saw it, but it closed. So give me 2 secs. Windwall. It's called Windwall.
I think that stops more than goes.
Pardon?
Because there's a wall of wind.
Warding Wind is the one that is more of a wall, weirdly.
That is weird.
What?
Yeah.
What does Windwall do?
Windwall, it has a wall that people in the area, it kind of keeps things at bay by blowing kind of in the counter kind of way.
Read the exact
So
wording
it says,
out to me.
so the last part's the part that's kind of most important. It says, the strong wind keeps fog, smoke and other gases at bay. Smaller flying creatures or objects can't pass through the wall. Loose, lightweight materials brought into the wall fly upward, arrows, bolts and other ordinary projectiles launched at targets behind the wall are deflected upward and automatically miss. So it has a directionality of the kind of air. So I wonder if, like, it's not built to be like, it can make your boat move faster. And similarly, Warding Wind is one that has a very similar kind of deal that has,
It does only last a minute.
yeah, Warding Wind is 10 minutes. It's a strong 20 miles per hour wind blows about you in a 10-foot radius and moves with you. And remains in, so that might be quite good to get us like a little boost a couple of times a day, if we want to get a little bit faster. But that's all I can find, unless you really want Gust to work, in which case I have to spam that first. So spam Gust.
So I don't think Windwall's going to work because of the directionality of the wind, because it does specify upwards.
Yeah, but obviously remembering how a sail is, it would get caught and then it would just fill up the whole thing anyways.
Can Windwall move with the boat, though?
Now this is a whole fucking thing that I've had so many conversations about, because it's like, if you have a combat in a fight and you cast an area of effect spell,
Yeah.
is it cast with an area of effect that's centered on the boat, or is it centered on the place in the water and the boat is travelling through it? Like, if you cast darkness and you're on the boat, does the boat stay in darkness, or does the boat sail through the darkness?
It depends where the point is attached to.
Exactly. So
Oh.
it's the same for this thing here. It's so tricky and annoying. And then you have to get into the whole how does the movement of the earth factor into
Oh
it?
no!
And
Oh no!
if your earth is cone shaped, how does that impact things?
What was the second one called? Wind Ward?
Warding wind.
Warding Wind.
It might get us a bit of time.
Yeah, I mean,
As
it
we sail
means
upriver.
that we might be able to catch up. Might be quite
Yeah.
fun.
Catching up would be good.
Gain a little bit of time on them,
Yeah.
yeah. Even if it's like half a day, would help.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Especially if we do it like before Pearlmire.
Am I imagining something that there's a class out there? It might even be druids that are able to like anticipate what the weather's going to be the next day.
Yeah.
Storm clerics can do that.
Ooh, that's cool.
I
What's it
wanted to
called?
say it was a
Tempest
barbarian
cleric?
thing for some reason.
Yeah, Tempest
but-
Cleric.
Tempest cleric can do that because I had one of those kicking about for a while.
That's cool.
What was that guy's name?
Tempest Cleric.
He went on like a little adventure with Rax.
Oh, it's
Oh, yeah.
it's druidcraft. That's what I'm thinking of.
Oh, that
Oh.
happened.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought there was a spell or something. Yeah.
I knew it was something quite base.
So I don't think Wind Wall or Warding Wind would particularly help you with the sail. Just based on
That's fair.
You
based
can just row
on-
and have sails.
That's also fair, but my little arms are not strong.
No, same.
Okay, well, hang on a second. I got a third one.
the gust.
I got a fourth one. This one is not very good, but I would be very, very like fleeting. But where the fuck is it? God damn it! Control water. There it is.
Ooh. What are you going to throw water at the sail?
No,
Make
we're
the river
in
go
water.
faster.
Yeah, you can only do like 10 foot or something.
That just give us a little bit.
I would say if you want, Polly can concentrate on doing gust every 6 seconds
That's not gonna work.
for like every
Are
day
you kidding me?
to add a little bit if you want. And we'll see how well you get on with that. Although I will
That
say
is
doing
so
that for
funny.
8 hours straight is probably going to give you a point of exhaustion.
It literally says it's a harmless sensory. Like I don't think.
Well, you can create a small blast of air capable of moving one object that is neither held nor carried and weighs no more than 5 pounds.
The sail doesn't weigh more than 5. There's one little bit of the sail, this little square of it.
Just keep punching it into the sail continuously for
I
8
think
hours.
That sounds like a
I think
terrible
that Polly
plan.
would be better at punching it, literally with her fist. No, I don't think. I think that she would have ruled that out immediately, just thinking, well, that doesn't seem feasible.
Okay.
Control water actually looks quite good. It only lasts 10 minutes, but there is literally redirect flow.
Mm.
So for 10 minutes, you can change the current of the
Going
water around
downstream
us.
Instead of upstream.
Yeah.
Or tidal
But-
wave just to push it.
Just tidal wave upriver. Flood everything. But yeah, it's all in aid of getting us a bit more time up the river.
Nah, whatever it takes, it's fine. If we would take 5 days to take 5 days, we'll catch them in port probably. It's fine. You
Yes.
call it
Do you
port.
have control water?
Not today, but I could tomorrow.
Okay. A control water is significantly more
Feasible.
helpful with the redirect flow.
I
Because
should
you
have
are
been
currently
paying
going
attention
like
to the water
upstream.
and not the
Hmm.
not the sail.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going upstream. I
Yeah, you-
forgot.
yeah, you're
Yeah,
going
so
upstream,
yeah, that
yeah.
would work.
Yeah.
God, that'd be really. Wait. No, I'm not
There's
going
gonna be
to
some really confused fish.
So confused. Do you want to confuse the fish?
I know they'll be fine. They'll
These are
survive.
river fish. Kai's
It's
not
only for
interested
10
in
minutes. Yeah, these are inland fish.
Yeah, I don't give a
Freshwater
shit
fish.
about the inland
Bah.
fish.
Who
Ugh,
gives a
they're
shit
so
about the
hoity-toity.
inlanders?
I would say if you did control water several times a day,
I mean,
It
it's a 4th
would-
level spell, I think, so I can only do it twice a day.
twice a day, okay. You'd definitely be able to save yourself quite a few hours.
Yay!
Whether a full day or not is possible, I'm not sure. I don't actually know much about river flow.
That's fine. Also,
You only
magic
get it
doesn't
for 10
exist in real
minutes.
life, so I can understand.
You'd only get it
Yeah.
for 10 minutes, so I'd say at maximum you'd be able to save yourself half a day.
Yes.
But that might mean arriving at Pearlmire like in the middle of the night.
That's kind of cool. That might work to our advantage.
Sunset.
Romantic.
Yes.
You should have brought your owl friend.
Why? Where did this come from?
You just Actually, you didn't even flirt. I suggested all
Yeah,
my notes.
nothing
Sorry, and I was like,
happened.
this is sold in my head now.
They were bored. Kai was tense.
Ah, it's a perfect meet cute.
Yeah.
They were there, you talked to them.
They were there and you talked to them. I like that, yeah.
Such romance.
So what is happening? Is
We're
everybody-
sailing.
Good question.
We're sailing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we're doing anything else, just literally trying to get the Pearlmire
Okay.
as quick as
We're
possible
still
now.
singing
Does
some
anybody else want to
shanties.
do anything in the 5 days?
I cast augury.
What do you want to ask?
Oh, I was just making a fun, like a little joke, but apparently I can do it. Maybe we should cast.
Maybe we should.
We should ask about like how going into port is. We could just ask if
Will we find Valinor there?
I mean
That's a good question.
that and also we could ask like what are the chances of us actually coming across people who are like seedy, or are these guys a little bit more legit? You know?
Augury's like the wheel and woe one, right?
Yes.
Hmm.
So we'll probably get Wheel and Woe back. I also got Divination.
Hmm.
Yes.
And one of you guys has Divination if you want to cast it with the scroll.
With the scroll divination.
What does divination do?
Divination. You get a single question concerning a specific goal, event, or activity to occur within 7 days, and the GM offers a truthful reply that might be a short phrase, a cryptic rhyme, or an omen.
An ill omen.
An ill omen.
The dead body.
He's alive now.
Yes. He's not in a crate.
He's not in a crate. He likes not being in a crate.
Good. I hope he appreciates that I didn't actually put him in it.
He does if you tell him, yes. If you point out that you specifically did not put him in a crate, then yes, he'd be grateful that you did not put him in a crate.
Yep.
Did you want to use augury for something?
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
Ask if Valinor's there.
Will we find him in Pearlmire?
Yeah, that's a good
You get
question.
3 questions, do you?
Oh, with
Yeah.
augury? I didn't think I
We
was
got
thinking.
multiple questions.
Mm.
That is divination.
Divination gets you a single question.
Druids have so many spell checkers.
Hmm.
One might say too many.
It is only 1 question, my apologies.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's just one.
Hmm.
And who do we ask?
So
With augury or divination?
yeah, with augury, it's not even a question. You have a specific course of action that we plan on taking, which is going to Pearlmire in search of Valior, and then we just get wheel, woe,
Will that go well?
wheel and woe, or nothing.
What if it's just woe? It's like it's our
Then
only.
we would have to be like, shit. Okay, I guess we don't go to Pearlmire. Let's turn back.
Mm.
Let's turn this boat
If our
around.
plan is we're going to Pearlmire to find Valinor, and then you get Wheel, does that mean we're finding him?
Is his name Falador now?
Valior.
Valior? Who's
Valior.
Who am I saying?
Valinor.
Yeah, I know,
There is
but
no-
like that is from
I have
something.
heard
I've not just
Valinor
made up the
before,
name.
yeah.
I don't know where Valinor
There's
is.
Valinor, which is a place in Lord of the Rings. But
Nerd.
I'm
yeah, I'm
sorry.
clearly in my element right here.
It's definitely a name from somewhere.
Okay.
It's another character from somewhere.
Valior.
Valior.
The NPC that you're looking.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you want to do augury for that then?
Yeah.
Are you doing it?
Sure.
Is augury on your spell list?
It can be tomorrow.
Can it?
Yep.
Augury.
Yep.
Okay. I don't have it listed as available for druids.
I have no idea what to say to you. It is on my spell list.
It should only be available to clerics.
I know that we had some difficulty with Polyspellus being missing a lot of spells, so maybe this is one where
Yeah,
they're like,
it does say available for cleric, knowledge domain, oath of the open sea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't include druids.
Oath of the
So
open
unless your subclass, your B subclass, gives you access to it, you shouldn't have access to augury.
Oh, maybe that's what it is.
So if you could check the spell list for that subclass before you
Do
confirm that.
Divination is available to clerics, and then Circle of the Land druids.
So again, I'd need you to check your subclass for that before you declare that you can cast that.
Yeah. Are we just doing rules as written for spell scrolls? Is it?
Yes, I believe so.
I
So
can't remember if it's
if it's
in my
not
hand
on your
for it.
spell list, you need to do an
Check.
Arcana check to be able to cast it.
Yes.
I don't specifically remember if that rule is written or if that's just my.
It's in my cheat sheet. I'll check.
Okay.
That'd be good.
So if it's Ogre is a second level spell, so you're going for a DC 12 Arcana check.
It's not in my circle spells.
Then
Where
you
the
shouldn't
fuck
have
is
access
this
to
from?
Ogre.
That's so confusing.
That's very strange.
Divination is listed as well. I should probably check that one. That's just
Yes.
strange.
But yeah, we might need to have a look at your spells at some point. To
I
make
was so convinced that I fixed them. Don't tell me there's more to freaking.
I think there might be because you shouldn't have Augury, and I don't think you should have Divination.
Yeah, I think what's happened is that it's given me some Circle of Stars stuff.
Oh, that would fit. That could totally fit. Spell scrolls.
Spell scrolls.
Yeah, divination is also only cleric,
Okay,
Mhm.
well, that's
And
fine. That's
Circle
easier.
of Land.
and then circle of
And then a
Land.
couple of subdivisions of that. Yeah. If a spell is on your class spell list but of higher level, can. Oh, I don't remember if I've saved the handout anymore recently. But I think rules is written you can't use a scroll of that you cannot. That's not on your list.
Well, I'm allowing you with the Arcana check, so.
Okay,
Alright, so who do we want to
you got the
cast it then? Who's,
You got the best Arcana.
Do you want to ask?
But like, is that a
Kai's
helpful
gods.
god to ask?
That's a very good point.
Because different gods will give you different answers.
Yeah.
That's true.
So we've got Torm, we've got Talos, we've got the
Talos and Saloon for you. And the god of bees?
Yeah,
Aboleth.
this is
That's-
Oh, the Aboleth, yeah.
That's what I was trying to remember the
Sorry.
name of. I was like the tentacle guy.
The tentacle
the
guy.
Aboleth.
Hmm.
So Torm, Talos, Aboleth, and
Hmm.
Polly's bee guy.
If you ask Polly would be like, well, I mean, my family kind of followed the main trio, but like I have more of an affinity for Chauntea, I guess. But I'm not
Maybe
really like
Chauntea,
a big follower, so I should probably do a wee altar to her some point soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for reminding me. I'll get on that.
You know, many days on
Yeah,
the boat.
you've got 5 days. So.
Yeah, that's fine.
Who do we think would be most helpful to ask?
I mean, Torm's pretty by the book.
I think Torm's probably
Torm,
good.
probably, yes.
Talos, I'm not
I
sure.
don't know.
Probably bad vibes. The Aboleth probably doesn't care
No.
at all. Corruption in the heart of Pearlmire.
Yeah,
Torm-
which is a
Torm
very
might care.
Torm-centric place.
Yeah.
Torm would care.
Torm cares.
Torm cares.
You want to ask then?
I can certainly try.
Do you want some guidance?
Oh, I'd love some guidance.
Do you want a bardic that you can
I'd
use this time?
love a bardic I could use this time.
Hmm.
And is this Arcana or is this a check with my casting ability?
Arcana. So you're checking to see if you can use the spell scroll.
Right, okay.
So it's an Arcana check.
Copy that one. That happened. I was actually hitting buttons and I must have actually clicked on sleight of hand and just rolled me a nat 20 on the D&D Beyond character sheet.
Congrats.
That's a
Well
shame.
done.
For nothing. That's a cool dice. I like it.
That's Kevry's day.
Aww.
Kevry's
Hmm.
good at Arcana.
Aw,
Even better.
I like how you're trying to stack it with vibes.
Yes. With they.
Yeah.
Yes.
Would Kai being proficient in Arcana be able to give me the help action?
I am very proficient in it.
So here's how you
I
use
think
a
I-
scroll.
I have expertise in Arcana.
This is more in the use of the scroll as opposed to like.
Hmm.
Yeah, I would allow help with that from somebody that has Arcana.
Yes.
Oh, you are a wise and benevolent DM.
Well, so many things.
So many things. So is this for divination? No, this is for augury.
What one do you want to use?
We'd only discussed using augury up until now,
Yeah,
which
it's
was
true.
So Augury's Wheeler Woe, and it's just general.
I think we should use
That's-
augury
Is this a
first.
good like
course of action.
course of action?
Yeah.
And then divination is a specific question.
Yeah, I think
Yes.
augury right now, just to get a vibe check.
Vibe check.
Quite good.
Omen from an otherworldly entity about the results of a specific course of action. Hey there, God, it's me. We plan to go to Pearlmire and get Falio back.
Okay.
Can I roll?
Yeah.
Well, you gotta do the Make sure you,
You
can
gotta
use
do
the
the
spell
Arcana
scroll
check.
Yeah.
before you actually do the spell.
Because if
Okay.
you bomb this check,
Do I burn the scroll if I bomb this
Yes.
check?
Yeah.
this is DC 12 check.
Oh, that's not high.
That's okay.
What's your Arcana?
Yeah, 0.
Okay.
But it's not negative,
You
like my
got-
charisma.
You got 2 d20s and a 6 and a 4.
Okay. That's the stuff. That's a 17 on the die.
Keep on rolling, just because you can.
I don't need, I can save these. If we're going to do divination next, which might give us more detail, they could be well useful.
Use mine. I can cast that again.
Okay.
Get your 20.
Let's see if we can get a 20. Why not?
Ah.
19.
19. Okay, well 19's still more than enough to get the spell scroll to work.
So, vibe check or course of action.
Vibe check. You would get back. An omen from an otherworldly entity. Can you roll me a D100?
Oh my god, it's going to be which
Oh, we're
entity?
Doing one of these.
It's going to be like, is it Torm or is it
The lady
the
who
lady?
watches.
She's going to
Oh.
sneak in
Oh,
on this
no.
shit and be like,
The lady sees all. The lady knows all.
the lady is...
Am I wanting high or low?
You want
The
one?
lady's
One
wiretapping your
low.
balls.
51.
51.
That's
Okay, cool.
Incredibly average.
Straight down the middle.
Okay, you get an answer back that is wheel and woe.
Oh, of course.
Checks
of
out.
course.
Wheel and woe.
That's fine.
Good and bad.
We're gonna get him, but he's gonna be really unhappy to see us. Because he was evil the whole time.
That's a take. We haven't found him yet because he's in on it.
Do you ever, this is a tangent,
I like
but
that. It's a good take.
do you ever see like magpies and then you run through like what the number is and then you see more magpies and you're like that and this? So for instance, I saw 4 this morning.
Uh-huh.
What was it? 3 for a girl, 4 for a boy?
Yeah, and then I saw a 5th one, so I was like, a silver boy. Because 5 for silver. But I had
Okay.
already seen 4 and said it was a boy, so I was like, a silver boy. Ursho!
He's our silver boy.
He is silver and he is male.
Okay, wheel and woe.
Okay.
That's kind of what we were shooting for,
I
I
mean,
guess.
it's better than just whoa.
Do we want to divination it?
I think the divination is a big spell, and especially because now we
Hmm.
know that it's a little less accessible to us. Maybe we should really stew on this. Ask something big.
You get a single question,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and there's a lot going on in Pearlmire.
And also,
Yeah.
I'd really like for Alex to be able to rhyme the answer, so maybe we should think
Oh,
about
that's
that.
cool. Ooh. I mean, we could come up with a question. Break.
Yeah.
I'm not that good at rhyming.
Just really be like, fuck it, it's a haiku.
I don't even know how to do a haiku, I'm sorry. I like failed English at high school.
Yeah, would you rather hold on to divination and just go
Yeah.
straight to Pearlmire, or?
I mean, is there anything pressing that we think is really worth our while using it for now?
Well, we're not really on a time limit. Well,
You know,
we
limit.
can't get any faster is what I mean.
Yeah.
And we also don't have a choice about where we're going, so we have to go to Pearlmire because that's how rivers work.
Yeah.
Actually, if the river had its way, we'd be going back to where we came from.
Yeah, we are defying nature right now. Yeah, I mean, Adolin would want to know how kind of deep-rooted the corruption in the Knights of Ash is, but that's a bit of an open-ended question.
I also feel like, whether or not you got an answer to that, would it change your course of action?
Not necessarily. No, it's a good point.
If we were coming up against somebody and it was one of those cases of like, say like a higher up in the Knight of Ash and we really were dependent on relying on this person, and that might be a time to use divination to be like, can we truly trust this individual?
That's a good one. Yeah.
But if it's just going to be like, how dodgy are people, and then it comes back being like, they're pretty dodgy, I don't know what to tell you, then that doesn't really
Yeah, that's
progress
Yeah.
anything for
very
us.
true. Okay.
Well, we could ask if Falior is in Pearlmire.
That's true, but like,
Because we got back. I mean, we're going to go there and look for him anyway.
yeah, again, it's not going to change our course of action really all that much. If
Well-
the answer is no, are we just going to go home? We're
No.
gonna still go to Pearlmire and see if we can figure out where he went from there.
Yeah,
Mhm.
or what the cult's activities in Pearlmire are.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what are we going to do when we get there? Where are we going to go?
I've never been to Pearlmire. I don't know what's there.
I think we should.
Lots of god stuff.
I think maybe this is a good time to take a short break.
Yeah.
We
think
can
it is.
discuss it a little bit more over the
Yeah.
break.
You don't
Okay.
get to know.
Yeah.
Mm.
You'll know the outcome, but might not necessarily know the entire thought process
Oh,
that
yeah.
goes into it.
It's going to be a messy thought process.
Yeah, so
For
we'll
sure.
take maybe a 20-minute break
Alright.
to get a bit of time.
So 10 past.
Yeah, so 10 past.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Awesome.
10
We'll
past
see you
5.
then.
Farewell.
See you then.